do that this weekend. We can do the state conference. Probably not a good idea to do it on the weekend. Let's do it on the weekend, like right after work, because that way there won't be so busy. That's what I'm thinking. All right. Okay. It's called the one that okay. All right. Got it. We gotta cut this off. One thing we gotta do. Alrighty. I got some changes. Here, let me. Hold on, get right there. I would say I got to figure out how I want to do it. Yeah, thank you. Um, because that's something I need to get in there too. Like when you enable chart trader or hotkeys. This is you're struggling. I'm just struggling with the delay if I enter on the regular Ninja Trader. Yeah. Are you using chart trader for Ninja Trader that goes on the side? Let's see, take profit and stop loss. Yeah, take profit and stop loss. Trying to think of how I want to do this because when I write the code, see, the thing is, I really need to really think about how I want to do stuff and then write the code because I hate refactoring uh, when it's not needed. Um, yeah, yeah, it is. It really is because that's all I do is base hits. Maybe runners. It would be much better to use strictly your system. Yes, it would. Okay. All right. So what I can do, this is not going to be ideal for um it might, I don't know. It'll be something a little bit different. Okay, you kind of like see how when you enable CWAP or custom BWAP, and then you choose 1 hour, 2 hours, or whatever. What I could do is when you enable, wait a minute, I could put in the settings. I could go here to settings. Boy, this setting is getting out of hand. Uh, I need to refactor this too. Uh, I can go in here in the settings. Hmm. Okay. Um, yeah, that's what I'm thinking. If we go to settings right here, wait, it went to my mom. Okay, that's good. We'll get that later. I was talking to I was talking to the wife. I'm gonna have to close my door. So the colors, probably right under time, I can put trading and just have two settings right there for right now. Take profit, stop loss. We'll do maybe offset. Okay, so we'll do. All right, here. Let me make a setting, a note to do. I'll try and get that done today. That's important. I need to go over some updates that I did. Let's see. To do chart trader. We're gonna add a stop loss, a take profit, um, stop loss, take profit, and then offset. Now, what I mean by offset, I here. Let me close my door. Okay, so what I mean by offset is I used to do this when I traded on Lightspeed. Lightspeed has amazing hotkeys, man. That's what I would love to be able to produce on this system. Some amazing hotkeys like Lightspeed. When I traded pump and dump, low flow pump and dumps on news, I had an offset. So basically, what an offset would be is a break even. So when I move to a break even, uh, it'll go like break even, how many ticks you want. So there will be take profit, maybe I don't know, 20 ticks, stop loss 20 ticks, or whether it's going to have to go off of ticks because some people are trading NQES, oil, whatever instrument they're trading. And the offset would be like, okay, when I move to a break even on like ES, I want to go to break even plus two, which means two ticks, which means I would make like $25. Uh, and I do the offset just because, and I had this set up before with my custom hotkey thing. Uh, so when it goes to break even, you can set it to like two ticks, uh, and that would cover my commissions or slippage. Okay. So it's not going to be anything fancy when you like sell half that moves to a break even plus two ticks. I mean, I had that on my custom hotkey stuff, uh, but I can get that done. What day is it? Oh my goodness, it's Thursday. I can have this possibly done by Monday. I'm pretty sure I could have it done by Monday. I doubt you will have it. Well, I could test it on playback, and that's usually pretty good. Okay, I think I might be able to have this done by Sunday by 6. Plus, I got more update to do. We got about 6 minutes. As you can see here, the delta down at the bottom. One of the guys wanted delta coloring at the bottom. I was thinking about adding some kind of background to the to the delta and the volume. I just never got to it. And when that guy asked for it, I'm like, you know what? I really need to get that done. So I said, and it's easy. It was actually easy to do. Um, and right now, the add-on is pretty much at a state where it's actually really useful, and it seems like it's stable enough. I gotta be careful with updates because people are paying for it, and if it breaks stuff, then it's just not gonna be good. Um, but this was just coloring stuff. This was actually pretty easy. I'm on version 1.2.9, so this will get released Sunday. I need to test a bunch of stuff because it's all in one install. When you install order flow pulse, it installs the pulse chart, the entry window, and the DOM and the heat map. It installs one, two, three, four. It installs four things, and I just have to test that install. The profile is still a separate one, and a little bit issues with the profile I need to fix. I'll get to that later. Let's take a look at let's take a look at NQM6. Let's take a look at NQ. Let's look at the profile. Let's look at a 5 minute on like 32. I think that might be good. Uh, yeah. So we've been a little bit crazy on the overnight moves. Okay. I don't know what's going on, to be quite honest. This is just that this I've been trading for over 10 years, and this just not normal for this. But hey, I'm very adaptive to what needs to be done. The overnight highs, let me write this down. Also, there's another thing I want to do. System data window, a window that you can go to the OFE menu and just do market market info, and then uh, and you have to, well, you have to put it in the ticker, then it'll give you the overnight highs, lows, all right. That's gonna have to be later next month, because I gotta do this order entry stuff. Focus, focus. ON high, ON low for NQ. Overnight high for NQ is 27,622, 27,622, and the overnight low is 27,185. 27,185, and on the ES, so on the on the NQ we've got big, huge volume all up in this area from like 328 to like 520. This is just gone crazy. Look at the delta, big negative delta up here. If if we get down to 27,185, what I'm thinking is for NQ, if you want to, if you want to go in on that down in this area, that's probably a good idea. That's what I would probably do, 27,185 area, because you have all of this volume right up in here, that distribution of volume right there. And if we look at the RTH for New York trading hours, you got the point of control right here, and you got the point of control right here. Okay, so that this has got to be fixed. Yeah, profile is so around this area right here. If we sell off to around 21,180 area, I'm thinking that could be a good buy area or a bounce up. But if you start breaking 27,094, 27,100, you really got to rethink the situation. And if you break this area right here, 27,036, yeah, go in on micros. Okay, if you're trading prop firms, go in on micros and try to get the big long moves, but you got to adhere to the stops. Okay, you got to just take your loss uh, if needed. That is a must. Uh, I traded this way. I do like to trading the overnight highs and lows. What's going on here? No, don't do this to me. Oh, don't you crash on me? Oh my God! All right, all right. Hold on. This is gone. I got to blank out my screen and restart. Ninja Trader, I think, or I might have to restart Parallels altogether. Uh, this sucks. You gotta be kidding me, man. This just sucks balls. Uh, Performance monitor. No. I don't know. Come on, man. This is just horrendous. All right. I think Parallels just took a crap on me. I think Parallels just took a crap on me. All right. I think Parallels just took a crap on me. Um, all right. I think Parallels took a crap on me. I got to restart. This is just, come on, man. Get right back up. Parallels took a crap on me. Oh, man. Or it could have been my internet. I don't know. All I know is that this sometimes happens. This sometimes happens. I don't know why. Come on, gotta get. Anytime they're Ninja Trader, you want to boot up. All right. All right. I think it's back. Man, the heck is going on with my feed? Like, I don't have anything. I don't have feed. I don't have anything. What's up there, Bullnox? I don't have anything there, Bullnox. Yes, M6. Um, oh, yes, M6. Uh, all right, my DX feed is working, but my feed for Bullnox is not working. My feed for Bullnox is not working. I don't know what to tell you. Uh, I'm loading history, but I'm not getting any data. Disconnect, reconnect. Nope, nothing. 71, 77. I'm not getting anything. It was working this morning, pre-market. Now I'm not getting anything. Alrighty. Lovely there. Well, this is a beautiful morning. Is anybody having problems with rhythmic on bull knocks? Um, yeah, I'm not getting anything. I'm not getting any feed from crappy bull knocks with the rhythmic paper trade. I'm not getting anything. My DX feed is working fine. I don't know how to connect NinjaTrader DX feed, but hey, yeah. Man, this sucks. Come on, freaking. I need to get another prop firm. So when this happens, I can go to somebody else. I mean, I could trade my personal account, but I just don't want to do that during this conflict with Iran. There we go. Okay, I got reconnected. You mother effers, man! I hate this. This crap doesn't happen in a personal account. You just calm down. Stay focused. Just calm down. Just all right. Shit's over. When this Iran conflict is over, I'm going back to a personal account. I'm not dealing with this shit no more. I'm just going to trade a personal account. I'm not dealing with this anymore. All right, we need to go to the lows. All right, stop. All right, we're selling off on the 5 minute. As you can see, man, we got a selling balance on the 5 minute. Man, this just I can't make any trades. I don't know where we're at. Uh, let's switch this to a volume candle. The volume is really picking up. Uh, where are we on the session VWAP? We're below the session VWAP. RTH, we're definitely below the RTH to 1 hour. Definitely below that. Uh, All right, we got some selling coming in. We're right up against the selling bounce on the 5 minute. At 1 minute is thinking it's looking to bounce off. Uh, we're at 9:42 as far as the time. I just, boy, this thing has gotten me all jacked up now because I don't know what's going on. Hate bullknots. I really do. They have done that crap to me multiple times. I just hate this shit. Come on, man. No, 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 no. Come on. Shit. I should have went in multiple contracts. Mother effer. Oh well. I got flustered, folks. All right. All right. Boy, this was kind of hard to do. I went in on this sell and balance. I went on this buy and bounce right here. Um, and we're right up. We're right up above here. So once we, and then I just cut the trade and I just took my profits. I think we could bounce off the 1 hour VWAP. I just went on ahead and got me a few points on this. The reason I got in is because for one, we had a sell and balance with 79 sellers. We had 315 negative delta right here, and then we closed above right here. Then we have this seller right here, and then we have by 500 positive delta, and we closed above that. So what I did was I just went on ahead and entered on the trade. And once we came up here, I just cut the trade. I should have went in on multiple contracts, but Bullnox has got me so friggin' flustered this morning because of the disconnect and not being able to give me my friggin' data. My head's not in the game. I could have done multiple contracts, but I didn't. I when this Iran conflict is over, I got to go. I'm going back to a personal account and just trade personal account and just be connected to CME and not have to deal with this BS with these fake prop firms. I'm just so sick of them. They're good to trade. They're good to trade. Use them. Get the money from them and go to a personal account, folks. I am honestly, uh, all for that. Use these fake prop firms. Get your money and open a personal account. 7211 overnight highs. 7211 overnight lows is 7133. 7133. Okay. I honestly believe that. Use these fake prop firms, get your money, and go to a personal account, folks. Um, yeah, I got flustered with this. Boy, I'm glad I got out. See what All right. I don't have a crystal ball, but it's just years of understanding price action why I got out. Remember when I said earlier, a run up to the 1 hour VWAP and a bounce off of it? I mean, I said that a few minutes ago, and look what the heck we're doing. This is not a crystal ball. It's just years of looking at order flow and trading. I've traded the ES for friggin' years. Okay, NQ I've been trading for 10 years. ES 10 years. Okay, I like the ES a little bit better. NQ is good when we're not in such a volatile market condition. Why do I have the settings open? I have no idea. Oh, um, uh, well, we'll just keep that open. Okay. It's just years of intuition, I guess. So I'm on version 1.2.9. I made my money back. Yeah. All right, we're on version 1.2.9. Okay, man, I wish I went in multiple contracts. That would have been freaking awesome. Um, thank you, Bullnox. Thank you, Bullnox. I'm not trading Bullnox accounts. I'm trading Astro Fund accounts, my funded accounts. Yeah. Oh, well, it is what it is, folks. It's over with. We had a nice little sell off. This was perfect, guys. If you want to trade an opening drive, you've got right here the opening drive right here. Okay, on this candle right here. Um, on on this candle right here, you had an opening drive. You had a sell and bounce right here. You had a sell and bounce. You had negative 900 delta with 16,000 contracts coming in. I don't see any large single order contracts, but hey, you could easily have gotten in right here. If you want to put your stop up here, that's fine. Okay. Also, another good thing, which you have to look at, is when you have a sell off like this and you have a high right here and you have a low right here and you have a candle that does this, you had a buy and balance, and then you start breaking this area with good delta. That's a good sign to go down. Okay. If you want to trade an opening drive, trading opening drive is hard. Uh, you gotta be quick, and you gotta have your hotkeys. I don't have yeah, I do have break even for the hotkeys. Okay, I do have break even for the hotkeys. But trading the open drive is okay. I got in roughly around here. I think I got out around here. I something like 4 points. I think 4 or 5 points. I can't remember. Here, let me figure this out. Um, Yeah, it was a little about 3 points. Just say 3 points. Okay, nothing big, but hey, ask for fun. Hey, you gotta be careful because they got rules. You gotta follow them. Not like these prop firms, they only give you, 1 mini, so I can't go in too heavy. But I'm testing them, see what they're like. Um, yeah. Alright, so the overnight low is 71.33. I don't know if we're gonna get down there. If we do, I'm expecting a bounce. If we get down there, I am expecting a bounce. Okay, on the volume candle, um, we had a light volume, so uh if you got in on this buy and bounce right here, if you got in on this buy and bounce and you get in on the break of this, you've got light volume up here. We had another buy and balance. Okay. Once you get up into this area right here, you see all that buying right there? Once you get up there, here's the thing. Let me explain this. You have a buy and balance. Okay. The 1 hour VWAP, you're counter trend trading when you're doing this. That's why I went on ahead and flattened it. You are counter trend trading. You are below the 1 hour VWAP. You are below the New York session VWAP. I was looking for a bounce, buy and bounce, get a break of this. You got some nice volume right here. You come up here, you cut, you cut the trade once you start losing this volume area right here. Okay. So it closed above it. That's fine. You can wait for the kiss of the 1 hour VWAP, or you can wait until you break this area and you can get it completely out for a couple points. Okay. Couple points, people say, well, that's not very much on. Well, on the ES, no, it's not, but you can go in on multiple contracts. You can very easily crank yourself out $500 or $1,000. I mean, if you're trading Bulldogs, what? On a 50K account, they give you what, 7 contracts? I mean, let's think about this. I mean, think about this. The ES goes in 12 half for every tick. So $12.50. So 12 half for every one. Okay. You got 1 point, that's $50. Okay, $50 1 point. Let's say you get like 3 points, that's $150. Okay. Times, let's say do 4 contracts, that's $600. I mean, if you want to trade like that, you want to go in heavy, go right ahead. You ES adheres to order flow a lot better than NQ. And the reason for that is because it's a thickly traded market. Look how many contracts we're trading: 5,000, 5,700, 4,200. This is on 1 minute bars: 42, 4,000. You're trading like 4,000 contracts. Okay. You got like 9,000 up here. So on this one right here. So it trades very good. Every streamer wants to trade the NQ because it's volatile and sexy and blah blah blah. I could care less about that. What I care about, P&L. That's all I care about. Base hits and P&L. Base hits. If I can get myself a couple $100, base hits on multiple contracts, I'm good to go. I do that a handful of times. I'm good to go. I don't. I don't need to be making no 100-point moves on the NQ. Be all volatile. I I could care less, to be quite honest. All right, we're getting ready to lose the we're getting ready to lose the lows. Okay, we're getting ready to lose the lows. What you need to look for is the delta. Look at the delta right down here. Okay, look at the delta and the volume right down here. If the volume is picking up, we got 3,000 volume, and this delta ain't going down, and it's stabilizing. They ain't breaking nothing, my man. They got to really surge this delta down. Now, come on, let's keep going. Let's keep going. Keep going. We got about 40 negative delta right there, about 20 negative delta. They're holding it off a little bit. Um yeah, they're holding it off a little bit, folks. They're holding it off. Come on. We got 50 negative delta. Oh, we got we just flipped pause. We just flipped pause. We flipped positive. Up. got a little, yeah, I wouldn't be buying no lows. I'm trying to sell no lows. I wouldn't be buying no lows. Okay. If you look at the order flow bar moving average, look at this. The order flow bar moving average is sloping downwards. This is a Heikin-Ashi data for the, I'm looking at the 1 hour on the 5 minute in the VWAP. Uh, on the ES, this blue thing right here, this blue moving average, okay, what that is, we got positive 100 delta. These sellers are getting absorbed in this area. We got we got we're going to hit 4,000 contracts. We got positive 10, we got positive 40 delta. They're trying to push it down. They're trying to push it down. We got 5,700 contracts, 4,500 contracts. We're flipping, man. This is a battle. Okay, there's a battle going on for the lows. Stay the heck away, man. Okay, just stay the heck away. Pick your battles that you know you can win. If you just try to short the lows, looking for a break, off of what? Off of what data? Off of what data? I'm looking at this, looking at a battle of 5,700 contracts, po- positive 10 delta, 4,600 contracts, positive 74 delta, 2,000 contracts, positive delta up here. It's a positive delta up here. The delta is up there. Now it's done flipped. Okay, now it's done flipped. There's a small battle, so just stay the heck away. We will get another trade. You possibly got a really good trade up in here, folks, if you got in up in this area. Okay, I was late to the party. Boy, now she screwed me. Again. All right, now we got a break of the lows. We got negative 200 delta. Looks like the sellers won this battle. You got to be careful, folks. You got to be careful. Okay, you got to be careful with what you're doing. ESM6. Let's look at this. Let's look at this on a 5 minute. Okay, ESM6. We're right here at the point of control from yesterday, folks. What? Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Let me look at RTH hours. Okay, we're right here with this big distribution of volume right here. I wouldn't try to short that. I mean, look at that right there. This area right here. Okay, you got to be careful. I would not try to short this. Look at a 5 minute flipping. Look at the 5 minute getting ready to flipper. Getting ready to flip to a getting ready to flip, folks. It's getting ready to flip. The 5 minute, we're at positive 80 delta. Delta neutral basically on a 5 minute. We got some big volume being filled out. We got a 5 minute tail at the bottom. Like I said, there is a battle going on and you need to stay the heck away. This moving average right here, this moving average is Heikin-Ashi data smoothed out with a non-exponential moving average. It just gives me the right direction. Okay. If you if you take longs when this thing is sloping downwards and we're below it, you're counter trend trading. It's dangerous. If you take trades when you're above it like this, usually you can get pretty good, but still you're counter trend trading because you're look at the VWAP, the New York VWAP, the 1 hour VWAP right here. Okay, it's just you got to be careful. The moving average, the OFP moving average is still sloping downwards a little bit. Okay, we got positive 78 delta on this. That's pretty decent. Looks like they've stabilized the lows. Don't think they're going to be breaking anything anytime soon. We got about 150 single order contracts that just slung into the market. We got about 150 contracts that just got slung into the market, folks. We got some big volume being filled out. If we close above this moving average, that's going to be a good sign. We got about positive 900 delta on the 5 minute. We have 150 single order contracts come in. The 5 minute is starting to form out. We got 1140 positive delta on that. We need to break this, folks. We need to break this. We need to break it, folks. We need to break it. They're starting to get absorbed a little bit up here. There we go. Come on, keep the volume up. Keep it up. Keep it up. Keep it up. Keep the volume up. Keep it up. Keep it up. Keep that volume up. If we break this area right here, if we break the low right there on that 1 minute, we could come back down, but the moving average starting to slope upwards. We got to keep that volume up. We had 150 single order contracts come in. We have about 7,700 positive volume. We got about another 50 single order contracts coming in. We're going to get ready to kiss the VWAP on the New York VWAP. We're getting ready to kiss the New York VWAP at 71.77. We're right at the point of control right there at the New York session. If you're in profits, you need to start peeling some off and make the move to a break even. Trade like a monkey. See banana, take banana. Okay, that banana will fall off that tree. If you ain't scaling out and moving to a break even, I don't know what to tell you. This market could flip and slaughter you like a pig. If you ain't taking profits, I don't know what the heck you waiting for. Okay, we had 150 positive delta. Okay, and 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 I've already taken half off right up in here. Okay, and I'm done. Matter of fact, done right now. I'm not screwing with this. I'm not effing around with this because the New York VWAP is sloping downwards. I could care less if it shoots up. I could care less. Trade's over for me. I made money. Okay, we're in volatile market conditions. You got to trade like a monkey. You see that banana, you take it. You peel a little bit off, and then you move to a break even. Okay, you see more, you peel a little bit more off. If you're trading multiple minis, that's fine. If you're only trading one mini, maybe you need to trade 10 micros. Okay, maybe you can go in five micros. Go in five. Go in five. Go in five. And see here, this is how you should be trading. And I'm being dead serious about this. This is how you need to be. See, you see what I'm talking about? This is how you should be trading. You see 150 single order contracts come in. You see this volume right here. We start breaking this area right here. Okay, we start breaking this area right here, just go ahead, get in. Maybe 5 contracts. Okay. Maybe we opened up here and you got in 5 contracts. We broke, you added to it with 5 contracts. As soon as you come up here and that delta right there is not climbing and we start coming back down, take some off. Okay. Take about 3 points, 3 points, pay yourself, sell about 5 of those micros, and then move to a break even, okay? I'm being dead serious about this. I don't like this. I don't like this for a run up, and I could be wrong, but I mean the moving average sloping upwards. We got a negative 353 delta. We closed above it, but we got all this selling right there. You got a sell and balance right there. Yeah, if we break this, we could keep going, but you got a point of control right there. You're in the middle of this area right here in the profile in the value area. Okay. You're in an area where you really don't want to be trading. Okay. That's why I got this and I took my profits and I'm out. You really have to do this because, especially now, these market conditions, hold word, they'll smoke your butt. And if you trade in the NQ, whoo, good luck with that. That thing's like a hyped up squirrel on Red Bull, man. I know what people are thinking. They're thinking, yeah, but you can make massive profits. Yeah, you can make massive losses and blow an eval or a funded account. And some people are thinking, well, who cares? It's just an eval. I got 90% off. Okay, fine. Okay, fine. Then you'll never be able to have the mentality to trade a fund that to be able you'll never have the mentality to trade a personal account if you think that way. If you think that way, you'll never have the mentality to trade a personal account. And if you do, you'll blow it up. Okay. Trust me, I've blown up uh, a few personal accounts before these fake prop firms came out, before micros came out. I was slinging minis. Okay. I blew up accounts. After losing uh, a few accounts blowing up like two, $3,000, uh, you start being disciplined. Remember what I just said about this market will slaughter your little booty? See, this is why I didn't like this candle right here. Everybody was probably thinking, "Oh yeah, we up here. We're going to pop. We're going to go wee," and then all of a sudden it goes bloop. Volatile market conditions do not like it. Look at the 5 minute. New York VWAP is sloping downwards. If you're a new trader, this is what I want you to do. If you're a new trader, if you're below the VWAP like we are right now, don't be looking for longs. Don't look for longs. Look for shorts in right conditions, right setups. Look for shorts. If you're above the VWAP, look for longs. Okay. We got 512 aggregated volume that came into on the 5 minute 512 aggregated volume. 21 of it was one single order. Ooh, we got sell and balance right here. We got some we're below the OFB moving average. We're kind of flatlining on it. OFB moving average, flatline. What does that tell you? Stay the heck away. This right here, no trade zone. Right here, no trade zone. Moving average, this one sloping upwards. Uh that's a trade. Okay. Didn't get very much. Who cares? Move on. Everybody wants these home runs and grand slams. Well, if you're listening to me, all you gonna get is some base hits and then a runner, and maybe you get yourself a home run. But if you hang out with me, I'll teach you how to trade, and maybe you can take some money from these prop firms, and then go ahead and open up a personal account, and then you can have the mentality: my money, my rules. There's a reason. There's a reason. There's a reason why I got in here. There's a reason why I cut the trade. There's a reason why I didn't trade this crap right here. Right there's your reason. Right here is your reason. Do-do-do-do. We still below the 1 hour VWAP. We still below the 1 hour VWAP. We still below the 1 hour VWAPper. All right, there's the reason why I didn't take. I'm not trading. Why? Well, I need to find me a setup, man. I made a couple trades. I'm green. I'm green. I made one loser, two winners so far. One loser, two winners. It could have been a really good day for me if Bull knocks it and screw me on my connection like they do sometimes. Man, DX feed. Um, okay, guys, if you want this add-on, if you want the add-on, you can go ahead and go get the add-on. It's like $8 a month. Actually, $7.92. It's $8 a month. My word. How much is a cup of coffee at Starbucks nowadays? Uh, if you want to try it out for a month, go ahead and try it out. Later on, when I have enough time, because it's on this is a single person show right here, folks. Single person show. When I have enough time, I'm going to set up a 7 day evaluation. so people can actually just use this for 7 days, and after 7 days, uh, you have to purchase a key. I just ha I just ain't got the time to do that shit, man. There's so much stuff I got going on. Oh my word. There's just so much stuff I got going on. See, right up in here in this area right here, we did not see no buy imbalance, but we did see is we saw this right here, 150 contracts. What we did see is the delta right up in here. Okay, you gotta look at the delta. I mean, you had 100, 200 negative delta, 4,300 contracts, and then this candle right here, we had delta neutral, 5,200 contracts. It was moving up. And this candle right here, 78 delta with 5,200 contracts. Then all of a sudden, you got 150 single order contract, 1,000 delta, 7,700 volume. I mean, that's climbing. So why wouldn't you at least try to get in and get yourself about 2 3 points? Okay, I know some people are saying, "Well, that's ES. 2 points is only $100." Well, then go in 5 contracts and make yourself $500. I mean, those prop firms will allow you to do it. They will allow you to do it. Go ahead and do $500. Or you can do a couple minis and get yourself some base hits, make 100, 200, 300 here and there, and before you know it, you're doing like 60 to 70% batting average, and you're passing evals left and right. Why? Because you're consistent. Why? Because you don't care about passing an eval in 1 to 2 days. You know you will get there because you are consistent. People that complain about these prop firms and their consistency rules are just gamblers. I will admit it is kind of bad that they like let's say you get a nice let's say you get a nice home run, okay, you make a lot of money, and then then you got to take a bunch of trades to be able to uh have the consistency kind of lower. I understand that, okay? I completely understand that. The consistency rule does hurt a little bit when you are like out of 20 trades and then you get a massive winner. Yes, I understand that. But the point I'm trying to get across is uh, these prop farming degenerates. And yes, I call them prop farming degenerates because they wouldn't trade like that in a personal account. These prop firms are a blessing and a curse. I wish they were around when I was learning how to trade. Man, I would have saved me a crap ton of money. I would have saved me a crap ton of money. I don't know how much money I blew up. It was probably about 8,000, I think. I mean, it didn't. I mean, well, it did matter. 8,000 is quite a bit. But I was a software engineer. I was working in D.C. area. Lived in Alexandria. I was working in the area. Uh, Software engineer making 6 figures a year. Okay, and that was 10 years ago. Over 10 years. Um, so yeah, I was able to do that. I was able to do that. I was blessed. Well, not blessed. I worked my butt off to learn how to code, but I got I got pretty good because wow, my first job as a software engineer was working for a company, and man, did they pay me dirt cheap. I could have made more money flipping hamburgers at I could have made more money flipping hamburgers but I just did it. Jeremy, the guy that went to MIT that was working there, he's like, "Chris, just work here for a year, get your experience and move on." He says, "Trust me, after a year, you'll be good to go." So, I sat down with him, sat right at his desk, basically. I read every book he told me to read, did exactly what he told me to do, and after about a year, uh, the company let me go after a year. They're like, "Hey, we don't need you anymore." I'm like, "Okay, fine." And I got my year experience and then ended up in Virginia Beach working for Dominion Enterprises, uh, and had a huge jump in pay. So, yeah. All right, we're selling off. We're getting ready to break the lows. We're breaking the lows again. We got about 1,000 negative delta, 5,600 contracts. Look at that. I kind of like the background. I think it was y'all. I don't know if you're listening, man, but you said, "Man, the backgrounds would be nice," and then you sent me the screenshot, and I'm like, "Yeah, maybe I just need to sit down and do that right now." So that's what I did last night. I went to bed like around 12:30, something like that. I had quite a bit to do. But this wasn't that difficult. It's just UI stuff. There's no coding logic. The delta was already there. It was already there. It was just a matter of getting the opacity uh, for the percentage of the amount of volume or the delta. That's all that is. That's all that is, folks. That's all that is. So it was just a bunch of UI changes for the delta down there. Now it's looking all sexy. I kind of like that. So if you're listening, I want to thank you for pushing me to get that done. Okay. I want to thank you for pushing me to get that done. It looks sexy. Now the charts look sexy. I think the guy's named J.A. Jaw. I don't know exactly where you're from. I don't know if you're listening, but thanks for pushing me to get that delta. The down there is this is actually starting to look professional. Um, and that's what I'm seeing on the 5 minute. You see these wicks right here, this wick right here, that green candle right there, that wick right here, and this wick that we're forming on the current 5 minute. We got about 2 minutes left. This is kind of bullish, to be quite honest. And if we looked at the profile, you'll understand because yesterday we were kind of at the point of control from yesterday. All right, we have it closed above. This is no man's land, though, man. This is hard to trade area because the moving average is sloping downwards, but we closed above it. It's kind of flatlining. Uh, we're below the 1 hour VWAP. We're below the New York session VWAP that's sloping downwards. We're in a 5 minute forming hammer. This is a hard area to trade. So probably the best thing to do is just sit on your hands and wait. I don't care. Sit on your hands, wait. I had one loser, two winners. Okay, I'm green for today. One loser, two winners. Okay, trading ES. Okay, hey, I don't care if I have to sit here for an hour to get one more trade. I don't care. Eyes are going to wait. Eyes are going to wait. You need to wait, man. You gotta have patience. Don't be clicking buttons all the time. Ooh, 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 ah, ooh, ah. Negative 22,000 contracts, negative 900 delta. That we're right up against the VWAP, man. Man, we close above that VWAP. Ooh wee, ooh wee. We could have a run to the 7211. Yeah, SM6. Want to do RTH. I just need to keep this up and running, to be quite honest. Okay. Look where we're at. We're at Take up point control. We're at yesterday's highs, man. We're at yesterday's highs, folks. We are at yesterday's highs. Oh yeah, I heard my mom in there. You getting it? Good job. Uh, talking to the wife. guess my mom came over. Where are we at, man? What are we doing? What are we doing? We're okay. If you kind of look over here, man, look at this. Look at this. Look at this. This is why we're bullish. Look at this. We got big old negative delta right there. But right up in here, we got some big positive delta. We're kind of in the no man's land. We kind of have to really be careful, to be quite honest. You really should be careful, folks, to be quite honest. Okay? You need to be careful. We're right here. That was on the 28th. I don't even know what day that was. Tuesday, something like that. Well, them numbers are kind of not centered. Oh well, I'll fix that. The profile is going to get some love. It's just going to be a little bit right here. If you understand this, we're right here. Okay, we're right here. This is looking good. It's looking good right there. Then you got this little area right here. Okay, this is looking good. The only thing I don't like about this area is look at all of that big negative delta right there. That's the only thing I just don't like. But we're holding off, folks. We're holding off, which is pretty good. We're holding off, which is pretty good. Okay, we're holding off. It's pretty good. Do do do. Let's go to 5 minutes. Okay, we're holding off. We're looking pretty decent. We're above the VWAP. We're above the New York session VWAP 7174. We're above the VWAP. We're coming up on some light volume on the 5 minute. Don't be getting no FOMO, man. I don't care if this thing runs. You wait for a setup. You get your finger off that daggone button. Don't you be clicking stuff just because you want to click it. Yous need to wait. Oh man, that was actually a pretty good slow. Nah, somewhat of an inside bar right here. It's somewhat of an. We had a run up, somewhat of an inside bar right here with about negative 16 delta, basically delta neutral. Okay, when I had a break of that, and we ran up on some thin volume though. I mean, you would have gotten yourself a couple points on that, but hey, yous got to wait, my man. You gotta wait, man. You gotta wait. Okay, let's look at 5 minutes. Look at all the yeah. Look at it selling. We had one. We had 500. Okay, so what's missing? What's missing, folks? What's missing? I don't see a whole lot of aggregated volume. It's 500 right here. I don't see a whole lot of volume from institutional activity. Okay, I just don't see it that much. Okay, let's take a look at this right here. Okay, yeah, I just not seeing a whole lot of institutional activity. You got some single order contracts. You got more buyers than anything, man. But you got to sit here and wait. Okay, what I'm looking for a large buyer for a backing, large buyer for a backing, or a large seller. If we have a large seller and we're sloping up on a 1 minute, and I see a large seller and we close above it, woo! Gonna get your little booty squeezed. Get your little booty squeezed. Did you get it? Oh, I'll give you a little treat later. Uh, Here. I'm kind of busy. All right. All right. What we got here? What we got here? We got a forming candle. We got negative. Negative. We got about delta neutral on this 1 minute right here. We kind of sloping upwards a little bit. If you get in on the break of that, you got to be careful, man, because you got 163 negative delta. You're below the VWAP. You kind of flatlined on the VWAP. Don't be taking no trades. You wait for a setup. Come on, man. You need to wait for a setup. I know I'm pouring myself some coffee and I'm gonna miss this. I'm gonna miss me a stinking trade for pouring some coffee. We're at negative 200 delta. You keep your finger off that trigger, my man, or my girl, or whatever you want to be. Rainbows and unicorns, pink elephants. I could care less as long as you leave me the hell alone. I don't care what you want to be. Whatever you are, keep your finger off that trigger. Now see, this is that's all, folks. Let's take this thing off of here. Let's take that order flow bar moving average. We've got the New York VWAP. We've got the 1 hour VWAP. Okay, this is the do. This is not where you want to be, folks. You do not want to be putting on those stinking orders. You don't want to put those stinking trades in this little friggin' area right up in here. You got the New York VWAP, that's a flatlining. You got the 1 hour VWAP, that's a flatlining, and you right in between the two of them, and you trying to think you're going to go long or short. What you need to do is just keep your finger off the trigger. You are a you're not a trader. You're not a trader. Okay? I'm not a trader. What we are is we are probability executors. Okay, the probabilities are in our favor, we execute. Okay, we are probability executors. When the probabilities are in our favor, we execute. Or you can take this add-on and trade your own plan. You ain't gotta listen to me. I'm just some crazy redneck. If you don't think I ain't, then go listen to that video I put up lately about that short squeeze. It said massive squeeze. It wasn't all that massive. Okay. But you want a good laugh? Go listen to that video. You'll get yourself a good laugh. Uh, See what I talk about? Dang. Oh, we got a little spinning top there. We flatlining on the New York VWAP. We're flatlining on the 1 hour VWAP. You don't want to be taking those stupid trades right up in this area, man. Here, let's go take a look at the 30-minute VWAP. Where are we at on 30 minute? Well, we kind of look at the same thing. Okay, on 15-minute VWAP. There's your 15-minute VWAP. Why you want to be taking some trades up in here? I have no idea because 15-minute volume weighted average price was there. Okay, where do you want to be taking them? Probably up in here. Okay, and I did take a trade up in here. It was a counter trend trade. Okay, you know, if you can do that, you got to be disciplined enough to be able to do that. I got myself green enough where I want to be executing a legitimate, really good trade, a legitimate good trade. Okay. If you're green for today, don't be taking those stupid trades, giving money back. Just sit here and wait for another hour if you have to and get yourself a good trade. That's just all there is to it. Chris, is Ninja Trader popping open a window for you? Telling you you're trying to put a stop order right at current price? They don't allow that. Can't. I gotta stay focused. Sometimes when clicking to set a stop loss close to current price, hey, hold on. We got 500 single order contracts coming in. We got 658 aggregated volume. This is pretty daggone big, folks. Um, we need to close above it on the 1 minute though, and we closed above it on the 1 minute. We closed above it on the 1 minute. That's pretty daggone big. Uh, about 1,200 positive delta on this. I'm sorry, I gotta stay focused, folks. I'm in a trade. This happened so fast. Boy, I'm glad I wasn't reading chat when I did this. Well, I was reading chat down, and down. I said I gotta stay focused. When you see 500 single order contracts and you close at it, and the delta's basically 1,000, and you got 5,000 volume, you better wake the heck up and click the stinking button. And you better be taking profits. You better be selling half like I did, moving to a break even. And when we lose this little area right here, I'm just getting my booty out. Come on, break, 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 break. Go, go, mother lover. Don't. You're going the wrong way. You going the wrong way, my man. You're going the wrong way. You're going the wrong way. You're going the wrong way. Are you going to bounce off the 1 hour VWAP? What you going to do? Yeah. I bet you wish you would have taken profits right up there. That's why I say sell half, move to a break even. What you look like seriously, man. Seriously. In a volatile market condition like this, when Trump could fart in the Oval Office and this thing craps to bed, you're gonna wish you took half and moved to a break even. Okay, hold on. Puts the stop loss, but doesn't trigger. You do hear the sound, and sometimes you do get a error message. Yeah, you're trying to put. Just send me a screenshot of the error message. Just send me a screenshot of the error message and send it to me. The problem is, and also, did the orders. I mean, you're trying to put a stop loss. Okay, and I know what you're talking about. And there is a way for me to fix this. Did the stop loss actually get put in there in the orders? Is it sitting there in the orders screen? Is it actually sitting here in the orders screen? Uh, or is it just showing up on the chart? Uh, and when it pops up that error, just take a screenshot and send it to me. I can almost guarantee you what the error is going to be. You're trying to put a stop right at the current price, and then when see what happens is you try to put the stop at the current price, and then all of a sudden, like if it's one tick up, and then you try to put in the price. By the time it gets executed and it ticks down twice and it's below there, it'll kind of like try to put it in, that then it's already below it, and then the arrow will say, "Well, you can't put a stop on an invalid price," or something like that. Uh, yeah, I just have to. Uh, uh, that is, it can be fixed. Is it in the orders? Do, do, do. Bet you wish you would have taken profits like I did up in here. When you see a pop like that, when you see a pop like this, folks, when you see a pop like this up here, you got to know where you've been before, okay? Up in this area, you got to know where you've been before, okay? And the thing is, you get a pop like this, you got to look at that big negative delta right up there about 71.81. You get a pop like that, you better be selling half and moving to a break even. That's all I got. Is the stop loss in the order book? Is it in the orders right here? Was the stop loss in the orders? Did it show the stop loss on the chart trader, but no order for the stop loss? Because if that's the case, then all I got to do is when you put in the stop about about 500 milliseconds, but maybe 300 milliseconds, or every 500 milliseconds, uh, check to see if the orders are in the books in your order. That's what I need to do. I need to figure that out. We got see. This is a very difficult area to trade. Yeah, if it's showing up on the chart as a stop loss, because like the market moves, and if you're trying to put a trade right at the current price, and you get one tick up, and then you click like a break even or stop loss or whatever, and then all of a sudden it ticks down right at the price. I mean, it's if it's showing up in the orders in Ninja Trader in these orders right here, if your stop loss is showing up and it's a stop market, which it should be, because that's what I did. If it's showing up in the order books and it ain't getting triggered, that could be a problem. That could be a problem in Ninja Trader because the chart trader just reads what the heck Ninja Trader is giving. Uh, but if it's showing that it's a stop loss and you got an error because you try to put it right at the current price and the price is below it and you try and put a stop loss, you're long, you try and put a stop loss and it ticked down below that price and then it executed on the UI first and then it put your stop loss there on the UI, but in the order book, there ain't no stop market, there ain't no order for that. That's a UI problem that can easily be fixed. Whenever you're trading, you absolutely, absolutely must have these orders open. You have to have this order tab open. You need to know, and you need to be looking at it, and you need to know, do I have any ghost orders out there? When I talk about ghost orders, I mean stuff that you thought that you don't be taking nothing. I ain't taking nothing. I can't tell you what to do. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just a crazy redneck giving you little educational information. I'm not taking any trades. Why? Well, if you kind of look at this, we kind of popped right up here. Okay, the 30-minute VWAP, we kind of popped up here. Then we kind of sold back down. So 30-minute VWAP crossed the New York VWAP. Then it crossed back down to the New York VWAP. I ain't touching anything, man. We're in chop, chop, chop zone, folks. We in choppy, choppy zone. We's up in the chop zone. We up here in the Iron Chef chop zone. Uh, ooh, that looking kind of sexy though. You got buying balance right there, but it's kind of like not very good buying balance, to be quite honest. I don't like that. I don't like that. Why? well, we got 178 single order contracts, 332 positive delta. We got about 5,500 volume. So actually, yeah, it looks good. It would look a lot better if it was above the New York VWAP and above the 30-minute VWAP. But hey, I ain't taking it because we're right in the middle of a stinking zone right here. Look at this. Why would you be taking some trades? Why would you be taking trades right up in an area like this? Why would you be taking trades when you have some big old wicks right here? You had a wick right here, okay, and you trying to take a stinking trade right in the middle? Why? Because you're trying to pick the top and bottom? I mean, if the trade works out and you get yourself 20 points, good job. I just don't like it. Why do I not like it? Well, for one, you had 500 papa. You had 500 single order contracts coming into the market, okay? Uh, you had 1,000 positive delta, and we popped, and then these guys right up here, the 440 down to 281, all these buyers up here got absorbed, and we slammed right back down into here. Okay, when you see something like that, and then it turns around, and you see something like this, to me, that's not a probability I want to take. That's not a probability I want to take. You got rules, man. You got rules, man. You got 658 aggregated volume, and look at the friggin' 5 minutes. It's friggin' doji. Big, huge wick. What's that, dragon? I don't know what that is, man. But I know it has a big friggin' wick, and we closed below it. Did it work out for you? It looks like it's working out. It looks like it's working out. It's just not a trade I really want to be taking. I want some confirmation, man, of where the heck we going with this. What time is it? 10:45 here. Let me blank out my screen real quick. I gotta blank out the screen real quick. I gotta check something, folks. I gotta check something. Yep, I'm good to go. I just gotta check something real quick. Where we at? Okay, now we're back. Um, yeah, I just gotta check where we're at. Okay, so yeah, the trade's working out. I could care less. Wasn't in my favor. I don't like it because of the VWAPs. I mean, if you take that off, then you got that. So, I mean, let's look at the 1 hour. Let's switch this over to a 1 hour VWAP. I mean, 1 hour VWAP, yeah, it's kind of working, but I don't like that. You got a sell and bounce right there. It had about 500 single order contracts, and they got a smack down and down into this area. I don't know. They got 138 contracts, single order contracts that just slung into the market. I just don't like it, man. Why? Because we got a smackdown right here. If we actually ran up here and we had a micro pullback, absolutely there'll be a friggin' go sign for me. But I'm green for today, so I gotta be picky. One loser, two winners. I'm green for today. I gotta be picky. Ooh, I gotta be picky, man. We might get this break, we might not, folks. That's the whole thing. We might get this break, we might not. If you're going to test it, go ahead and test it a little bit, but make sure you look at the delta and the volume coming in. Sell half, move break even. Um, in here, half, break even. If we close below that sell volume right there, or we start trading below that sell volume, eyes are cutting it, mother lover. Let me get my finger on the trigger. Keep your finger on the trigger. Keep your finger on the trigger. Keep your finger on the trigger. Ooh, wait, we're gonna pop. We're gonna pop. We're gonna pop. We're gonna pop. We're gonna. Oh, come on, man. Come on. Mm-mm-mm. Keep your finger on the trigger. You see that 130 on the 1 minute volume? Had moving average sloping upwards. We below the New York session BY. Oh, keep your finger on the trigger. Keep your finger on the trigger. Keep your finger on the trigger. We got about 100. We got 100 positive delta. We got 100 positive delta. We got 1100 volume. Volume dried up in the previous 1 minute. Volume's drying up a little bit, folks. Volume's drying up a little bit. On the previous, we had about 4,000 volume. Now on the previous, we got 3,700. It ain't much. About 300. It ain't much. Come on, come on, come on. Keep going. Keep it going. 7182. You got some volume up in there. You got some volume up in there. If we start breaking this low right here, I just might just say screw this and get the heck out. Kind of like, nope, nope, no, 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 no. Keep going, keep going. Come on, BlackRock, do something, man. Throw some stinking volume up in this mother lover. Come on, we had negative about negative 70 delta, but we closing above. That's a good sign. That's a good sign. Come on, man. Get your booty moving. Oh, we got some negative delta up there, about 7187. You see the big old negative delta right up in there, about 250 positive delta. We slowly creeping up on the ES. We got ourselves, we're already sold half and moved to a break even. Keep your finger on the trigger. Keep your finger on the trigger. On the previous 1 minute, we got a negative 65 delta, folks, and we're starting to lose that volume area. If we lose the low of this little figure right here, you see where the 65 negative delta is? If we lose that low right there, keep your finger on the trigger. Keep your finger on the trigger. Don't you do it. Don't you do it to me. Come on. No. Oh, man. Uh, uh, uh. Come on. 7180. 7180. You got to be out at 71. Ooh, I'm out. I ain't screwing with this. I'm out. I'm out. Okay. All right. So one thing, we moved up here. We had this little spinning top candle. We had 138 single order contracts come in. So when we broke that area right there, when you see that volume right there, that's a go sign to get going, man. It's a go sign to get going. You come up here into this area right here. You see the big volume right up in there. You get about 3.5 points. You sell half. You move to a break even. Your break even's right here. Start moving up. You're you're going like, yeah, giddy up, mother lover, and then all of a sudden, you got this little volume right here, the volume area right there. Got out here about 3 points. Okay. Wow. Okay. Ooh, ah. All right. I get my crap together. Don't worry. Um. So we ran up. We got a little micro pullback right here. Boom. You see that? 138. 138 right there, about negative 24 delta, but we closed right at it. Once we start breaking that area right there, I had to get me some, put my stop down here, okay? Then we ran up here, okay? We came up into this area. We closed right below that sell volume right there, so I just cut half of it, and then we came up here, and then once we saw this right here, you see that basically delta neutral right up in that area. When we started breaking that area, because I saw the volume right there and we started breaking that area, I'm like completely out of the trade. Why? Well, because this is a crazy market. I'm just gonna take my base hits left and right. Okay, that's just the way it is, man. I'm taking my base hits left and right. I'm taking my base hits left and right, folks. I'm taking my base hits, the lefts and the rights. Okay, left and right, taking my base hits, moving the heck on. I'm not like these YouTube gurus you'll see later this evening that is going to show you that they bought the bottom. Okay, I'm not that good, but what I am good at is about 60 to 70% batting average. So get me my base hits. This says semi count, and the reason it says semi count because I'm trading the bull. I'm not trading bull knocks. I'm trading uh Astro Fund. Astro Fund doesn't have. Astro Fund does not have rhythmic. I kind of wish they did. They use DX feed. Uh, they use DX feed. Oh man, look at that. Boy, I missed out on a good winner, didn't I? Oh well, who cares? I took my profits. I don't care. And I'm having to trade on Quantower because I don't know how to connect stinking. Oh, okay. Uh, Send me a screenshot of that. Order say stop loss rejected. I'm taking a screenshot of this of the chat. But if you can send a support at orderflowbars.com and send me a screenshot of that message that got rejected. Uh, I'm trading, what am I trading? Astro Fund. So I'm having to trade on the Dom over here. Okay. I'm trading on the Dom right here. Okay. Trading on the Dom over here, on Astro Fund. Um, if anybody knows how to connect Ninja Trader to DX feed, let me know because it would be nice. You gotta be careful where we're at. You see up here the sell and bounce area right here on the 5 minute. You gotta be careful if you're trying to take this trade right here. You gotta be extremely careful, folks. Just be careful. Yeah, so that's probably it. Order say stop loss rejected. Yeah. Um, I need to take a screenshot of that and send it to me. Is that in the log messages and the messages log tab, messages tab? I don't know. But the screenshot of that would be helpful. Uh, boy, boys, oh boy. I could have gotten back in, but the problem is I didn't like that 169 negative delta right here. You see that 169 negative delta? I didn't like that. If that was low, like below 100, that would have been nice. That was the micro pullback that was good. I just didn't like that big negative delta 169. Oh well, you win some, you lose some, you move on. I'm green for today. What I got? One loser, three winners. 11 o'clock. I's got to be done. Not done streaming. Done clicking buttons. Here, let me blank this out. I gotta check something real quick. Yeah. Okay. Uh, yeah. I'm done clicking buttons. I'm green for today. Uh, I'm green on my Astro Fund, the funded account. I'm green. I need to hit $1,000 to get a payout. So I's done clicking buttons, my friends. I's done clicking buttons. The reason I just cut the trade right here, I mean, the order flow bar moving average was sloping upwards, and also the 1 hour VWAP was sloping upwards. Uh, you know, we were above the New York session VWAP. I just cut the trade because we're like, I mean, you come up here into this area, right up in here into 7182. You're up in this area right here, up at the top. Okay, so I just went on ahead and cut the trade. Um, I need to work with Quantower how I can move my stops up. I think I might just have to, man. I really wish Ninja Trader connected to DX feed. We got 323 single order contract up here at the top. They're trying to push this thing back down. They're trying to push this thing back down, folks. You see what I'm talking about right here with this sell and bounce area right here? That's a financial interest for them to sell. Look at all this negative delta up here, man. We're up here at the highs. Look at all this negative delta right here, man. Look at all that negative delta right there. Okay. 7201 is the high, somewhere around there. 7200 is the highs right there. Look at all that negative delta right up in this area. You know, that it's a financial interest to them. Okay. It's a financial interest. Uh I mean, if you did get in on this, because this is a valid trade, and I do teach this, if you get in like here, you had a run up, and then you had a buy and bounce area, and you can buy right up in here. You had a break of that inside bar right there. You can get in right here. And if you did get in right there, and you see this right here, you got yourself about 3 points, man. You're actually got yourself about 4 points is right here. Okay. Whoops. Come on, man. 4 points is right there. Okay. I mean, that's a $200 trade. So that's pretty 4 points on ES. You get yourself some base sets. You do that a few times a day. You're making about $600 a day. I mean, $500 a day. I mean, you're looking at about a six-figure income right there. I mean, so you look at the 5 minute, you got a nice big volume being filled out up in this area right here. Okay. You got a nice big volume being filled out on the 5 minute right there. Everything's looking good. I mean, this is total valid trade right here. Uh, we had a run up. We had a little micro pullback right there. We got in on right there. We had another run up. We had a micro pullback right there. I cut the trade. And here's the thing. I could have cut the trade and went right back in if I wanted to, but I just didn't want to. Why? Well, because we're right up in this area right here. And I was like, no, screw it. I was wrong. Okay. Move it on. I still took profits from the trade, so I just don't care. I just move along, man. You're gonna miss some trades, and like who cares? Okay, you're gonna miss some. Who cares? Okay, that's just the way it is. Yeah, just send me a screenshot of the order logs tab. Don't put any. I don't know what the order logs tab has. Any account information? I don't think it does. Price feed using HA. Yeah. Does it have like an ID or something? Yeah, just send me a screenshot of that, if you can. Uh, uh, yeah, just send me a screenshot of it. It should be easy to fix code. Yeah, you got 4 points on that. Okay, boom. Uh, Bull Knox got me friggin' off this morning, man. But these are told. I mean, I'm sitting at one loser, three winners. So I got the Astro Fund account green today, so I'm good. Eyes good. I need to start slinging more contracts. Uh, 300 single order contract, they taking a little heat, aren't they? Not too much, because look at all that negative delta right up in this area about, like 197 to 198. Okay, you got about a whole point right up in here, and that big old negative delta right there. If we get past that little 300 contracts, if we get close up to here and we start breaking highs, ooh, you might have a little short squeeze. Them little 300 contracts might be, oh shit, we made the wrong decision, boys and girls. We made the wrong decision. Houston, we got to exit this mother lover. Uh, okay, the was that 1 hour VWAP just flipped over? Uh, yeah, 1 hour VWAP was way down here, and then we got the 1 hour VWAP that just flipped right here. Yeah, this is a pretty valid trade right here, folks. This valid trade. I would have gotten out because of that 300 right there. But hey, you got yourself about 6 points on this. That's pretty good. If you got it, you got it. If you didn't, you didn't. Move along. I didn't get it, so I'm moving along. I got me one winner. I'm sorry, one loser, three winners. I'm done. Ooh, look at that. Party's over, folks. Someone puked on the floor. Uh, someone done puked on the floor. Got about 600 negative delta with 3,800 volume. Yep, someone done puked on the floor on that party. Uh, this trade that I took right here, where was it? I think, can't remember if it was this 500 right here. I can't remember. But if you watch me long enough, I see here's the thing, guys. I can't tell you, hey, I'm clicking the button to buy. I'm clicking the button to sell. I can't. This ain't a signal service for one thing, and also another thing. SEC would have my butt in a sling. Okay, they'd shut my little ass down from trading, and that ain't gonna happen. Uh, so you're gonna have to learn to fish and catch them yourself. I'll give you the rod and reel and give you some bait and everything, and kind of teach you where to cast your lure. But you got to catch them mother lovers yourself because SEC will have my ass in a sling. I can't do that because this is how I make my living. So I ain't doing that. I need to go back to trading personal accounts. What I need to do once this Iran crap's over, man, I'm gonna be back to trading a personal account. Okay, once this Iran crap is over, in this Middle East conflict again, another Middle East conflict. Once it's over, I'm going back to a personal account. I'm sick and tired of Bull Knox and their bullshit. Bull Knox and their BS. Just sick and tired of it. Yeah, I'd probably be getting out about right now. If you haven't already gotten out, because remember when I said someone puke right here, this candle right here, this candle right here with this 635 negative delta. Remember when I said someone done puked on the floor on this party? Well, they puking. They done puked on the floor. Someone called the cops. Party's over. You done. The cops showed up. We done. Party's over. Gotta move on. Gotta go to another frat house where another party's raging. Sorry, folks, but you got to go. This frat house is closed. We got to go to another one. Uh, man, that's pretty good. Party was raging. Party was raging. Man, I wasn't all crazy like I was that one day. Man, the party got raged on about 15 points. Ooh, boy. If Bull Knox, if you didn't put me in a bad mood this morning, that would have been a good video. Somebody would have said, man, this crazy redneck's at it again, man. Someone say, "Man, this crazy redneck is at it again." if you just follow this here, let's take out that CWAP, the custom VWAP for the 1 hour. If you just follow my stinking here, let's take this one out too. Okay, let's take this one out too. If you follow this right here, okay, let's even look at the order flow bar moving average. Uh, yeah, if you just follow this, okay, you just follow this right here. What I'm about ready to tell you, you'll be good to go. Okay, you got your above. Remember when I said earlier this morning? Remember when I said if you're above the VWAP, you take longs. Remember what I said that this morning. Well, look what happened. We're above the stinking VWAP and we're going long. Okay. Remember what I said earlier. Okay. When we were below the VWAP, I said you don't be looking for no counter trend trades. You don't be taking no longs. Okay. Unless you're experienced, you know what the heck you're doing, and you're disciplined enough to get out and take your loss like an adult, then you can go ahead and start doing some counter trend trading. But if you can't and you ain't got no self discipline, don't be thinking doing it. But remember when I said when we are above the New York session VWAP, boom, you take longs. Well, look what just happened. Okay, we're above the New York VWAP, and remember what I say: green candle, green delta, boom, green candle, green delta. Okay, then you flip over here to the 1 minute, ba boom, ba boom, boom, boom. When did that start? That started about 10:45, right here. Boom. Okay. I got me a little bit up in this area, took me off a little bit, got another little bit up in this area, took me off a little bit, you know? I mean, look where you're at, man. Look where you're at. And then all of a sudden you got to remember when I said the ES trades order flow better than NQ because the ES is a thickly traded market and it will adhere to order flow better. Well, look what just stinking happened. Let's take off the order flow bar moving average. Let's don't look at anything but the bubbles and the that's all, folks. Let's look at the bubbles and the stacked balances. Okay, let's just look at this. Okay, this is what we have right here. We have a buy and balance. We have a winner. We have a buy and balance. We have a winner. Okay, where you putting your stop? Probably about up in this area right here. Because if you lose that buy and balance, that's a low volume area. Your booty's going down. Okay, you got a buy and balance right here. Where you put your stop? Probably right here because this is low volume area right there. You see that low volume right there on that 1 minute? Your little booty's going down more than likely. Take your loss like a big boy. Okay, so then you got the buy and balance. You go ahead and just do a little starter right here. Once we break that high right there, you can add to the trade. Get on up. Take some profits off right here. Maybe take half off right there. We get a little micro pullback. You break this area right here because you got 138 single orders. You got 178 single orders. You got a buy and balance right here. You get in. Maybe you add to the trade. Now your cost average is down here, and look at it. Big old winner. You got a micro pullback. Uh, I didn't trade that because I didn't like the 169 negative delta, but boom, we got another buy and bounce right here, and you got yourself another winner. If you just stinking, if you just stinking do longs when you're above the VWAP, the New York Session VWAP, when you're above the New York Session VWAP, and you got a green candle, green delta, and you buy these stacked imbalances on a 1 minute, boom, you're going to be good to go, folks. I mean, come on, you're going to be good to go. Don't be looking for home runs. Just be looking for some base hits and trail your stops up, okay, on your runners. You'll pass these stinking evals. Don't be trying to pass them at friggin' 1, 2 days, whatever. Like, who cares? Don't be listening to these idiots on YouTube, okay? I'm on YouTube. Yeah, I'm an idiot, but hey, if you want to listen, go right ahead. I ain't an idiot. I'm just a crazy redneck. But I've been writing code for 15 some years, okay? So I've been slinging code as a code monkey for 15 years in Washington, D.C. for the government, okay? So now I'm just trading for a living. Okay, so whatever. I'm still writing code, okay? I wrote the add-on. This is pretty easy to do, folks. This is pretty easy to do. You don't even need to look at a volume candle. Look at a stinking, this candle right here. Look how this is, look how market opened up, sell and bounce, sold off, Sell and bounce. Maybe you got stopped out. Buy and bounce. Maybe you took a little bit of profits right there. You see how it adheres? I wouldn't be taking that buy. I mean, that's kind of hard to be taken when we're kind of selling off like this because that's like a run down and a pullback and then a slam down again. But when you stop, I think it was right up in this area. I'm not sure. It could have been up in this area uh, that the sellers were getting absorbed. Look at this. This you do not want to take. Sell and bounce, we closed way the heck down below here. That is a no-go, okay? The imbalance area has to be pretty close to the 50% of the bar, okay? It has to be pretty close to 50% of the bar. We had a sell and bounce. It was pretty close to 50% of the bar. You get in. We didn't get a pullback. You couldn't have added to the trade, but you got yourself a winner, okay? Right here, buy and bounce. Buy and bounce right up there. Got absorbed a little bit. We closed above it. We came down. We kissed the imbalance area, and we kind of moved up. Boom. Imbalance area. We moved up. Just think and do that, and you'll be fine, man. Just think and do that, and you'll be fine. What's my imbalance for the ES imbalance is 4, levels is 3. Just think and do that, and you'll be fine. Like, I'm serious. It's not rocket science. It ain't rocket science. It's just a matter of some self-discipline to be able to sell some, take profits, and don't be thinking you're going to get a home run all the time. And don't be listening to these gurus that are showing you trades after hours that are like, ah, picked the bottom and sold the top. Well, how many counts did you blow up 4 or 5, and then you're only showing one? And you're selling a course for about $500? Yeah, buy my course. All I give you is regurgitated BS that I got from another YouTuber. Uh, I mean, this is just what the heck happened there. Hmm. Oh, that's what happened. Okay. Yeah, this is just you got to look at the 5 minute. Keep your eye on the 5 minute. You see how this thing. Okay, this is one thing I did not like. Okay, this one thing I did not like. We had 658 aggregated buy. We had 500 single order contracts, and we closed below. That is a stinking no go, man. We have a buy and bounce right here, but it was way below. But we closed above. Now we're starting. Now we're closed above the New York VWAP. We have green candle, green delta, green candle, green delta, green candle, green delta, and it's a go sign. Okay, 5 minute longer context. Jump down to your 1 minute. Execute your trades. Why? Because you're not a trader. You're a probability executor. That's just the way it is, folks. That's just the way it is. I hope all of this makes sense. I hope. Oh, let me close down Quan Tower. As you can see right here, I'm trading Quan Tower. Okay. I got to get. The thing is with here. Let me close this out. Let me show you this. Astro Fund. The reason I'm trading micros because I scale in and scale out. Because if you go to Astro Fund, is the internet going to work? There we go. If you come here to Astro Fund, okay, skip the evaluation. Boom, skip the evaluation. If you scroll down here, enjoy the exclusive 55% off your first Nova and blah, blah, blah. Gravity account on me. That's about 55% off. Okay. The Gravity account is about a buck 12. Okay. Buck 12 for that. That's not bad. Even a buck 37 is really good. You got a buck 12 on that account. Profit milestone is 1,500. Milestone payout is 1,000 plus a free reset. I'm thinking you can go in once you hit 1,000, you take your profits and then you reset the account and you go at it again. The allocation is 1 mini or 10 micros. Some people will be like, oh man, that sucks. Well, you got to walk before you can run. And here's the thing, as long as you're consistent, who cares? You got end of day drawdown of $800. You got daily limit of 500. Consistency rule 30%. Okay, so you go in like 5 micros, you scale in 5 micros, 5 micros. okay, and then you scale out 5 micros, or you go 2 micros, 2, 4, 6, and you just scale in multiple times and scale out multiple times. Okay. I mean, and this is how you make the money. Okay, consistent, and then you take that money and you move it on to your personal account. Okay. If you wanna do bull knocks, that's fine. I'll do bull knocks. I mean, if you wanna do bull knocks and get on a trade, like this, and let's say you go in here and let's say you get out right here and you got yourself, let's say you got yourself 5 points on this trade, that's $200, okay? You do 5 minis, that's $1,000 day, okay? How long did you have to sit here and wait for that trade? About an hour and 15 minutes. Okay. That first hour, people wanna be in trades. In and out, in and out. They want to trade in and out, in and out. Blah, 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 blah. I'm a scalper. I got to trade 100, 200 times a day. No, you don't. No, you don't. Like Mike Bellaforte said at S&B Capital, one good trade a day. One good trade a day. Here, let me bring this up. This is something very important that a lot of people need to understand. Uh, let's see. One good trade. Mike Bellafourier? Fourier? I don't know. You go to here. Let's just go this right here. This book right here, folks. One good trade inside the highly competitive world of proprietary trading. He runs a real prop firm, not a fake prop firm, a real prop firm with real desk traders. This is an awesome book. One good trade. Uh, I didn't buy the book. I got the audio version of it, and then I listened to it on a road trip, and it was awesome. Okay, you have to be disciplined. You have to be disciplined. Okay, you have to wait for your setups. Okay, don't be taking those sell on bounce and just taking it just because. Well, Chris says sell on bounce and go red candle, red delta, and 5 minute. You gotta really think about and kind of read the market. After a while, you gotta have screen time on this market. Once you have screen time, you'll understand. And I actually took this trade right here. Okay, if you actually look at this area right here, we got 79 and we closed below. Actually, I tried to short that right there, and then I just got to a break even. I was like done. Okay, and then all of a sudden we had the delta right here on this candle right here. You had the delta right here that started flipping on this candle, the 495 positive delta. So what did I do? Well, I don't teach this, but I'm going to teach it now. What I do, and this is how you trade this thing, man. You get in here, you do a starter position. Once you start breaking this candle right here, do a starter position. Are you going to put your stinking stop way down here? No, put it right here. Why? Well, for one, we got a 500 positive delta and we got a nice big bullish engulfing candle right here. Okay. Nice big bullish engulfing candle right here. Okay. We took that 79 out. We took them 65s out. Okay. You got about 700 negative delta and we're flipping that stuff. Them sellers got absorbed down in here and we're flipping it. So go ahead and get on the break of that. Put your stop right down here because if we're going to break, we're going to break. I don't want to keep selling off and take a big full stop out. That's idiotic. Okay, don't be doing that. Okay, so then let's say you get in here on like 5 contracts, and then you see this buy and bounce area right here. Let's say you get in here, and then your cost average is down here. Okay, then let's say you come in here, you start seeing the selling, and you're out for about 5 points. Let's say you get out for about 4 points. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Nice trade. Let's take a look at the volume profile on this. Okay, the volume profile on this. This is something. Okay, let me zoom in because this is something very important. Okay, let's look at this. You had sellers right here. You had big negative delta. Negative delta on this one, but we closed above. 65 sellers. We got about negative 30 delta. We have a big wick where we took out this 79. Okay, but the main thing you got to look at is look at that volume right there. That big, this one right here, especially. Okay, we came down, the wick basically wicked down to that volume. Look at that. So what I'm thinking is once I start seeing this right here, the volume pick up right here, I'm in. Okay, I'm not buying the break. You can buy the break and put your stop right here, but I'm looking at the delta. Is that delta going from 0 to 50 to 100? Is the delta climbing? Look at the delta here. I put the delta on the candle so it's easy for me to read. Is the delta climbing? Check. Then get in. I mean, what kind of stop is that? That's like a 2.5 point stop. Okay, no big deal. No big deal. Okay. Then you got this right here. How where do you want to get out? Well, once I saw that the volume dried up right here and then we start losing this area right here because of that volume ledge right there, you just got to get out. If your cost average is down here and you get out like right up in this area, you got yourself about 5.5 points. Okay. Let's say 5 points, you got yourself $1,000 trade. I mean, y in order to do this, you have to listen to me plenty of times, and then I can't tell you like, "Okay, I'm buying here. Okay, I'm selling here." Let's just see what happened. My button is slinging. I ain't doing that, man, because I got to trade. Okay, I ain't doing that. I'll give you the fishing rod. I'll give you the rod and reel and the bait. I'll give it to you, man. But you got to catch them fish yourself. I'll tell you where to throw that lure. Okay, you just gotta screen time. After enough screen time, you will get this stuff. It ain't that stinking hard, to be quite honest. Okay. And also your basic auction market theory. The market likes to find value. It found value to the upside on the 1 minute. Then what does it do? It likes to balance around. Okay. We have a nice old auction going on. You have some buyers and sellers just coming in. Buyers and sellers, nice old auction. This is an area where it likes to piss off new traders because they're trying to go short or long. Okay. And it's not breaking and they're getting pissed off. Well, maybe if they look at it, they'll understand why. If they look at this, they'll understand there's a seller, there's a buyer, a seller, seller, buyer, buyer, buyer. There's a nice little auction coming in right here. What do you want to do? Stay away. Stay away from the chop zone, man. Once you start running up and you get a pullback like this and you run up and you see these candles right here, these dojis, and you're starting to sell off, stay away. You're starting to get into a chop zone. Maybe you have to sit here and wait another hour to get another 3 to 5 points. Who cares? I don't know how many trades I took. 4 trades today, one loser, three winners. Okay, so this is fine, man. Uh, yeah, I appreciate that. Oh man. Yeah, thanks for the support on the indicator. It's going to get better and better as we go on. Um, so 29. I don't know. Were you the one that asked for the background for the delta and the volume? I sat down last night. It was just a UI. It's just UI because the logic is already there. This is version 1.2.9. Yeah. So the delta is already there. It's colored. It's not in your version. I don't have 1.2.9 released yet because I need to test it. Um, the updates are going to come slower because people are paying for this now. So I just can't throw in an update and then blow the crap up and then people get ticked off. I just can't do that. So I have to do the updates and it's only a one-man show. It's just me coding this thing. And I'm trying to trade, in the mornings and then code during the afternoon and at night. So last night I was up till like 12:30. But I got this done pretty early. I got this done pretty early because it was just a UI interface. And the darkness goes off of the percentage. The opacity goes off the percentage of delta in the volume. So this update should be here pretty soon. The update should be this weekend. What I have to do tomorrow, what I should do, or tonight, I need to do the install on my other laptop because right here, the order flow bar, you're going to have one install update for pulse chart, entry, DOM, and heat map. All four are going to be in one install. You're not going to have the profile yet because that's a separate install. There's little issues with that. It's still in beta. I just need to find the time to hash it out, but I need to get the main thing that makes the money uh, moving forward. And when I say make the money, I'm not mean people buying the add-on. I'm talking about me trading and making the friggin' money. Uh, because the only thing that I'm using to trade uh, might sound crazy. These three things that you see on the screen right now, that's the only thing I use. I only use three windows. Okay, I use a 5 minute, a 1 minute, and I use a profile chart. That's the only thing I use. I don't have a bunch of crap on all over my place. I can't do that. Yeah, the Dom. I do need to trade off the Dom more because I used to trade Jigsaw. When I traded Jigsaw trading, when I was still a software engineer in the DC area, Jigsaw trading was awesome. Oh, I got to add that too. Large volume 50. Yeah, we'll do that. Yeah, Dom trading right here. It's loading the history. It takes a while. Here we go. All right. The Dom, I really do like trading off the Dom, to be quite honest, because look at this. We're up here at the highs. Okay. Well, we're up here at the highs. As you see right there on the delta right there, we're up at the highs, and the volume is right over here. We're up here at the highs. The highs is 7,200 3/4. Okay. Basically 7,200 is the highs. Okay. The overnight highs is 7,211. We're pretty close to the overnight highs. Does that mean to short it? No. I wouldn't short this friggin' market with Trump's money. Ooh, I just saw a trade. I don't know what I was doing. Look at that. That's pretty sexy. I kind of like that. I'll explain that a little bit later here. The Dom I really like, and you have your big orders right here. You see this 110 right here. I don't know if you can see it, but this 110 right here, it's this one right here. This 110, it's right there. That 84 seller around 71.95. That 84 seller was right here. It was at 71.96. Okay, it was that 84 buyer, 84 buyer. The 84 buyer right there. You had 64 seller. I had 120 seller right up in this area. That just shows uh, where they were in the past. Okay. Right now, you have many more large buyers up in this area from 71.94 to 7,200. You got more large buyers, single order contract buying than anything. And also the delta. The delta's right here. Also the bid and the ask. The bid is the blue, the ask is the red. As you can see right here, there's 131 sitting on the offer at 7,200. There's 102 right here at 72.25. So they're all right up here. You got about 80 sitting there at 72.01. Okay. Now look. You see this? You see that 33 getting filled? You got 30 contracts that just got filled. It just went away. You got 21 contracts, 22 contracts that just got filled and starting to pop. Uh, yeah, this is just something you really gotta learn. The trades column right here, you gotta really be hyper focused and look at the bids and asks that are coming in. When you start seeing large orders, like all of a sudden, if you see where that 13 was, if you saw like 200 just flash in for about half a second, like 200 flash in, that means there was 200 aggregated volume coming in. And that's how I used to read it real quick. Look at that, 46 coming in, then was 48. Look at them, and then we're popping. So you just kind of have to read it. Yeah, the speed of the tape. This is what they talk about with the speed of tape. You got about 127 sitting on the offer there at oh 04. Got 104 sitting on 100 and some sitting on the offer at oh 05. Uh, Also the volume. Do I have my drawing tool? I don't think I have my drawing tool on this one. No. You gotta look at the volume. Volume profile is real thin volume up in here. Okay, I wouldn't be taking trades up in here because it's kind of thin volume. You can come back down pretty easily. 71.97. You got the big thick volume area right there. You got big positive delta right here. So maybe you want to look for a pullback for the area of 71.98 where that 471 positive delta was and all this 4,400 volume on the profile. Maybe you want to look for that support. If we start losing that ledge right there, we could fall off. Kinda like how I teach about the ledges here on the 5 minute, the 1 minute when you're on a ledge and all of a sudden it falls off and the little stick man goes splat. Same methodology for the Dom, okay? So the Dom, I really need to keep trading and keep working on. We got hotkeys enabled. You're able to trade with hotkeys. I'm on Sim 101. So if you go shift, so shift B is a buy. Okay, and you can shift B. So all this is working. Okay, and then you do a break even. You can do shift E for break even. You can do shift F to just flatten the trade, and it tells you right there flat. Uh, or you can click the market buy limit. Break even. You can move to a break even, or you can do shift E to break even. All that is on the site under features. All the keyboard commands for everything. But this is where, yeah, trading the Dom is pretty nice. And these bubbles right here, this is nothing new. Nobody invented anything, okay? It's just a different way of looking at things, okay? When you see single order contracts, I mean that 110, that showed up on the Dom as executed trade in the trades column. You just gotta be hyper focused and really look for it. It's a little bit easier right here to see what happened historically. Uh, but yeah, I gotta work on the Dom. I gotta make it better. It's working pretty good. I just gotta make it better. Uh, Something like this right here, we had 323 negative delta, and we closed above it, and we're kind of like at the bottom of the area. So you can try and go and get in on trades like this, okay, and buy the break at a high, and then scalp you off some right up in here for about a couple points, point or two. You can easily do that. Um, I wouldn't be doing it on this one because you had 40 negative delta. You had a big, large buyer right there, which was good, but the candle needed to close above here with a nice big green hammer candle for me to take the trade. And then you get yourself roughly about 2, 3 points. Okay, scalp yourself off some. Okay, that's what you're looking for. You're looking for a run up and you're looking for a pullback and you're looking for large delta on the pullback. You're looking for a large delta and a close above that delta in the close. It can't be no candle looking like this. Okay. Where you got a wick right here and you got big negative delta and the close is right here. Okay. That no. The close has to be up top. Okay. You can have a small wick at the top. Okay. This right here, I wouldn't take it because we're right in the middle. You want to take it down at the bottom up in here about 71.89. Okay. That's a little hard to take too, but that was big negative delta right here, 323 negative delta. Okay. 323 negative delta. Okay, 323 negative delta, 2,700 contracts. Okay, we closed above. We have a small wick. You can go in on the break of that right there and try to get you some. Where you can put your stop down here, or if you're breaking right here, you can actually put your stop right down there and have a real tight stop if you want to, and just scalp yourself off some. Because this is what's called divergence. Okay, this is called divergence. We have a volume candle. Let's look at the volume candle of this. Okay. 323 negative delta. Most of that delta was down here at the bottom because I can see the volume bars were dark purple, and we closed above right here. Once we start breaking that area and you got some good volume coming in right here, you can go ahead and get in. Okay, get yourself a little bit, maybe get yourself a little bit. Once you start seeing this right here, this low volume area, you got some buyers for support. But once you start losing that ledge right there, just go ahead and get out and take yourself like 3 points. Okay. You're not looking for home runs. You're looking for just short little scalps. You're looking to be consistent. I would rather be consistent than hoping for home runs all the stinking time. I'd rather be consistent and be 60 to 70% batting average than being a prop farming degenerate. And I know that might offend some people that are listening that are prop farming, but it is what it is. I've been trading for over 10 years. Consistency, man. Base hits. Okay. If you're prop farming these fake prop firms, and you're profitable, go at it. It's a business to you. Just go at it. Okay. But just realize you try that crap in a personal account and you're going to blow your bank account up. The big thing here is looking at the delta and the volume. I'm so happy that Mako 29. I'm so happy you pushed me into getting the colors down here because I was doing other things. I was doing other things. I'm like, man, I gotta get this done. Gotta get this done. I was like, yeah, I know I gotta do the backgrounds there, but I gotta get this done. And then yesterday, you mentioned something about that, and I'm glad I got pushed into doing that. So uh, now what I need to do is in the settings right here, in the settings, what I'm going to be working on today in the settings is we're going to have right above the colors, we're going to have trade section. When you click on that, you'll be adding your take prop, stop loss, take profits, and offsets for your break even. And what I mean by offsets for the break even is you can do break even and have an offset of 0. Okay, I don't care. They will still do it, especially with this increase or just more accurate. So goes that one. Yes, they will. Yeah, yeah. I mean, I'll be honest with you. Trading prop firms have made me more. Um, Stop. Trading these prop firms has made me less self-disciplined, if that makes sense. Because sometimes, like earlier this week, I was trading a funding account, and I don't know, I was in a bad mood, some personal stuff going on, and I was like, you know what, screw it, I could care less. And then I think I said on stream, I got more funded accounts with Bullnox. I could care less. Uh, yeah. Prop firms are awesome to learn on. Man, they are just stinking awesome. I didn't have that luxury. Uh, I had to trade minis. I was trading before micros even came out. So I had to trade minis, and I had to trade the ES because the NQ was so volatile that I have a $3,000 account, and I could not afford to trade the NQ because it was too volatile. I had to trade a thickly traded market like the ES. And when I'd get like 50 or 100 points, I just take the stinging profits. And I started building up an account. Now I blew up a few accounts. Uh, I blew up one account trading oil. I don't trade oil. I suck at it. Uh, the best thing I trade is the ES. The best thing I trade the ES. Earlier this week, I traded one day. I was trading the NQ and I was losing money. I was like, man, whatever. And then I switched to the ES, and then I made my money back, and then I switched back to the NQ like a moron, and just went south from there. I do trade the NQ, and I shouldn't. And I'm stopped. I have stopped trading the NQ with this Middle East conflict until this gets resolved. When the NQ, when I will be back to trading that, scalping that on a 32 range bar, is when all this volatility with this news stuff and this Middle East conflict is over and the markets have settled down. I'll go back to scalping a 32 range bar. I just don't like the volatility right now. I have blown up a funded account getting trading three minis on the NQ, take profits, and it blows right through my stock market, and it was just horrendous. I got caught up in news twice in one day. Uh, the market's volatile with this news with Iran. It really is. It was really bad here earlier. But trading prop firms for learning, absolutely, man. And people will still full port with this. People will still full port. And you are going to full port, go at it when you see something like this. Okay? When you see something like this, if you want a full port, go here. If you want a full port, look for a pullback, 138, go here and full port. Okay? If you full port here and you end up right here at about 13 points, here, let's figure this out. Okay, let's do solves. Let's say you make 10 points on the trade, okay, and it's $50. You full port, 7 contracts, that's $3,500. Passed, eval, passed, one trade. Okay, that happened at 10:40. So you had to sit here for about an hour and 10 minutes and full port pass. If you want to do that, go for it. Go for it. I'm all for it. Just don't be trying to catch falling knife full porting, okay, and blowing accounts left and right. And I would not say that that is prop farming. When you full port on something like this and you go for it, I don't think that's really prop farming, unless you're really bad at it. And see, prop farming to me is taking 5 accounts, blowing four, and passing one, just trying to catch a falling knife or long, short, whatever. You can get these big moves or whatever. You know, when you're blowing accounts left and right and you pass one, okay, let's say you get 10 accounts and you blow 7 of them, and you get 3 of them funded, and then you blow 2 funded, and you get a payout. Well, is that payout gonna pay for all the other expenses you had? You know, if you're going to do stuff like that, please do it with please do it when the odds are in your favor. That should be the best thing to say. Do it when the odds are in your favor. Yeah, 16 to 40 range bars. Okay, here's the thing, the way I used the range bars, before this, conflict, in the Middle East, I would look at the ATR, the 1-minute ATR, the average true range. If it was on the NQ, if it was like below 25, like I could use the 32 range bar in scout. If it was like a below, if it was like above like 30, 35, I would go to a 40 range bar and then scout that. But I would like lower my size a little bit. Instead of doing 3 minis, I might do 1 or 2 minis or just 1 mini. If the ATR was above, I mean, if the ATR was high, let's say it was above 40 ATR or something, or 50, there were some times when it was like 50. I didn't trade at all. I did not trade at all because it was just too much volatility. I'm like, nope, not even trading them in. Uh, yeah, yeah, that's definitely will be handy, and I need to get that in there, which I'm going to work on it today. This I got this done for that one user with the background right here, and I really like this. I'm glad you did. I'm glad you said that yesterday, and it pushed me to doing that last night, and it was an easy one to do because it was just UI. Tonight I'm going to work on the take profit stop loss. Who is that? Spammer. Uh, yeah, that's what that was. I wouldn't be taking no. Okay, for one thing, let's take a look at this. If you're thinking about shorting, I wouldn't do that. Why? Well, for one, you had that buy and bounce area right here. Plus another thing, you got these large buyers right up in this area. Okay, and you're trying to short, go down here. That's not a good idea. Why? Well, for one, they ran this market up here, and you've got a lot of single order buy contracts up in here. You got big ones up here, 187, 110. You got 114, 124. That's a buying interest right here. That is a financial interest for an institution. That ain't no stinking retail trader slinging around 200 contracts. Okay, that ain't no retail trader. You see what? You see what? You see what I just talked about? Financial interest, man. Uh, so you gotta really, and also here's another thing. It was a sell imbalance, but it was way the heck up here, and we closed down here. No. If the sell imbalance was right here at the low, and we were breaking this area right here, that right there, and we were breaking down here to that area, that might be okay because you have this low volume area right up in this area. You got a low volume area right here, okay, but you got this big volume, and also you got this positive delta. There's things that you have to look at, okay? Right now, I wouldn't be trying to short, to be honest. If you're new to trading, do not be shorting when we're way the heck up here and the New York uh, VWAP is sloping upwards. You do not short if you are a new trader. Do not even think about counter trend trading. For one, it's hard to do. Second of all, you got to be extremely disciplined to take your stops and to be able to take a very small profit or break even. And you have to be able to read the orders and the flow that is coming in and know, okay, I'm wrong. And plus, here's another thing. If you want to start counter trend trading and learn how to do it on days when you got green. Let's say you got green, you're making $500, and you want to learn how to counter trend trade. Lower the contract size drastically and start learning how to counter trend trade and start taking trades. But if you take that $500 and you lose $200, oh man, call it a day. I don't think it is. That's Sim 101. It's, that Sim 101 is a Bullnox account. It says connection Bullnox. That's coming from Bullnox. At least my connection says Bullnox. Okay, I think that's Sim 101. Are you with Bullnox? Or is that a Ninja Trader thing? I don't know. Be quite honest, I've been trying to delete the Sim 101. I haven't figured that out. No, Lucid. Okay, yeah, I don't know what this Sim 101 is. I don't know what this Sim 101 is. I really don't. I mean, it doesn't go towards your prop firm account, the balance of it. It just doesn't do that. Um, I don't know. You can reset it. Uh, uh, you can manually reset it by going and click edit account, and then you can reset it. Commissions. You can reset it if you want. Reset it yourself, like reset and then yes, and it goes back to zero. I don't know if it really does anything other than that. I think it does reset every session. I don't think there's a way to do it. Um, I've been trying to delete the daggone thing because there's been a couple of times when I came up here to the account and I just go in for the day and I was like, okay, and I take a trade and then after I take the trade, I look up here and it's like Sim 101, and I was like, you got to be kidding me. I've been trying to delete the friggin' thing. Uh, oh yeah, it is quite useful for testing. It really is. Yeah, I don't know where this Sim 101 comes from. Could be Ninja Trader. I have no idea. Um, but what I do know is I got some information from Rhythmic. I got some information from Rhythmic. It's 12 o'clock. I'm done clicking buttons. I had one loser, three winners. My Astro Fund account is green. I am done clicking my friggin' buttons. Okay. When I'm green for the day at around 11:30, I usually stop. I just go on. I don't care if I'm green $100 or $1,000. I stop. And if I'm red, I stop. I mean, if I'm losing a couple $100 and I'm like, okay, I'm done for the day, I can make that back the next day. I mean, ain't no big deal. You ain't gonna always have winning days. Let me close this out right here. You see this right here? We're right up here. 7211 is the overnight highs right here. Okay. The overnight lows, we didn't even get close to the overnight lows. I think I remember saying if we come down here to this area, you could, it would bounce. It did. We'll go over it again tomorrow morning. Man, I hope Bull Knox doesn't screw me with this connection. They ticked me off heavily this morning with this connection, man. DX feed was running fine, and then Rhythmic paper trading account. The thing is with Rhythmic is a really good company. The problem is the paper trading, the Rhythmic paper trading connections. Sometimes that sucks, man. These paper trading connections suck. Uh, Let me show you something I've been working on, and I got some information back from Rhythmic. It's going to be good. I will be able to. I will be able to build a multi-platform, multi-trading platform, which is going to be good. Uh, order flow trading, which is going to be good. What am I doing? All right. Show you any code, but what I am going to show you, um, let's see, .NET Run. Okay. What I've been working on, and this was actually pretty easy to do, order flow trader. This is running on a Mac. Okay. So this is running on a Mac. I'm running Ninja Trader on Parallels. Um, this is running on a Mac. Okay, we have orders, executions. None of this is filled out. I just put the tabs down there late last night. Okay. Um, but we have order flow trader. This is going to be a multi-cross trading platform that I'm working on. When I'm actually done with this, and you might see me start paper trading on this with Bull Knox, just because Rhythmic will allow me to do it personally for this. Once I've released this out to the public, I have to go through some uh, regulation stuff with Rhythmic. I have to go through a compliance check with Rhythmic, and then we can release this out to people. But like the connections right here, if you go to connections, if you go to connections, then you go to connect, and it says connected Rhythmic test, and you can disconnect. Uh, that's all there. We have tools. Let's say you do order flow bar chart, and then it's loading it up there. So what I have here is just an order flow chart that I'm working on that is connected to the test connection with Rhythmic. So this is just a beginning stage of the order flow trader that is going to be cross-platform on Mac and Windows. And I got the delta in there last night, and the volume that was pretty easy to do. And then right at around midnight, before I went to bed, I got the bubbles working on a single, or no, aggregated bubbles that starting to show a little bit. So, you know, it's a work in progress right now, but it's all working. It's in a work in progress. You load it up. Here, let's go. And I did get this working. If you switch like 5 minute load, it shows the 5 minute. I don't know why it didn't switch over automatically. Load. Okay, there's a bug. And so this is just something that I am currently working on. Is a cross platform. Is a cross platform uh, rhythmic trading platform. Chris, do you see Sim 101 on your connection, right? Just confirm I see my accounts. I see Sim 101 on my accounts. Yes. And then you can just disconnect. And if you have an error, right now, I'm not, right now I can't connect. See, login rejected. RPC code rhythmic system name received is invalid. They have not approved me for rhythmic paper trading. I have to get some conformance issues straightened out for the trading platform to be able to trade on rhythmic paper trading for like Bull Knox and stuff. But that should get hashed out within a couple weeks, and I should be paper trading on that hopefully. But on their test server is fine. Boy, I need to fix that too. Boom. Okay. On their test server, it's fine. It's all working. Okay. We got some tools, hotkeys. Uh, the regular load. This is not going to be a order flow chart. It's just going to be a regular old chart uh, load. It needs to load so I don't have to load every time. It needs to load, and I did have that working. Now it's not. So, but this is all in a work in progress right now. What I have to get done, and I'm going to have a regular chart, and I'm going to have an order flow chart. I'm going to have the heat map, like a book map thing. It's going to be a heat map. It's going to be order entry, DOM trader, and the profile chart. It's all going to, in other words, let me disconnect. In other words, I'm going to have everything. Let me disconnect. Let me close down my IDE. In other words, I'm going to have a cross trading platform for rhythmic here. It's I have to go through some compliance things first before I release it. Okay, with rhythmic, I told them it was for personal use, which it's going to be personal use. The multi-trading platform, personal use in the beginning. I need to use it, trade it with these prop firms, and I need to make sure it all works good. And once it all works good, then I need to go back to Rhythmic and say, hey, I'm going to release this to the public, uh, but they are going to use their username and password to log into their broker and get that data from their broker. All this stuff is about the data issues, okay? If I provide the data, streaming data and stuff like that on the server, aggregated streaming data and stuff, man, it's going to be a cost factor I don't want to deal with. Okay. Ninja Trader don't deal with that crap. I'm not. And if I say, hey, I want to release this out to the public, then I have to go through more compliance things to get it released to you. Uh, the timeline, I'm thinking within 3 to 4 months. I'm thinking next month I will be trading personally on the order flow trading platform. But the add-on and Ninja Trader will always be here. It will always be supported. Uh, and I will always be, and I'll be trading with Ninja Trader too. Uh, I've just always wanted to build my own trading platform. So, and for right now, it has to be for personal use. Here's another thing. When you look at this and you do these buy and balance areas, like right here, I wouldn't take that buy and balance. Why? Well, because the order flow bar moving average is sloping downwards. Would I take this buy and balance? Yeah, and you had a winner. Okay. Uh, take that sell and balance. No, it's not below the moving average. Moving average is sloping upwards. That's not a good trade to take. That sell and balance, well, it was way up here and we closed way down here. I wouldn't take it. That buy and balance, risky. Counter trend trade, but we saw some absorption right here, so we did take that. The open and drive, sloping downwards, selling balances, you can take that. Buy and balance, don't take that. Moving average sloping down. This selling balance, if you took that, you probably would have gotten stopped out. This one, probably gotten stopped out or break even. So, um, yeah, you really need to look for your base hits, and also you can use this moving average when it's sloping upwards to get the runs up, to get the micro pullbacks, and you see something like this to go long. You get run up 3 candles green, 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 green. Little pullback, you can get in right there, put your stop down here, and you're good to go. And the moving average is sloping upwards. That'll keep you out of a lot of trouble. Just that right there will keep you out of a lot of trouble. If we look at the New York VWAP, we're trading above it, 71.81 on New York VWAP. Yeah, New York VWAP, moving average sloping upwards, moving VWAP flat line. We traded above it, micro pullback. It's a go. Okay. This was dangerous to try and take a trade up in here, but I did it. Okay. Knowing that I could be taking a loss because you're below, we're right here. That's not a good area to be trading. Okay. Wait for the market to settle down. Look at all these buyers that came in. Okay. They're starting, look at this. All these buyers. You had those sellers, but all these buyers stepped in. Okay. So when you see something, a run up and you closed above the VWAP and you get a pullback and you get in on that and you close it up here. Thank you. High five. Yeah, good job. So that's I'm hoping some of this makes sense, and I hope people can understand this. The thing is, if you watch me after about a week or two of listening to me, if you listen to me every day after about a week or two, you'll get the hang of it. Yeah, after about a week or two, you'll get the hang of it. Order flow trading is a lot harder than just looking at Japanese candlesticks and trading patterns. Uh, okay, what I want to explain. Okay. Um, well, if you take a look at this area right here, the way you want to look at it to see if we're actually going to break out of an area, this is a good sign right here. You had large buyers stepping in single order contracts, and you had 1,380 positive delta. And the volume is 4,500. Like the volume was 2,000, 1,700, 27, 24, 22. And then all of a sudden you have 1,300 positive delta and 4,500 volume. That's twice as much as the rest of this. That looked like it was ready to go. Then they got absorbed by all of this, these candles right here. So a break of this area right here, yeah, I probably would have done it because it was looking to expand, to move up, but it didn't. It, you know, the sellers just ran it right back down. And if we look at a volume candle at this right here, it would look like that is a go sign. Okay. 1380 positive delta. The volume was 4,500. That was higher well, than this one right here. Okay. This looked like it was ready to go, but it didn't happen. once we started breaking that area, yeah, we popped, but then they got pushed right back down. So if you want to look to see if it's going to expand and break out of a auction area when it's just basically chopped, you have to look at, is the delta climbing and is the volume big? Yeah, that was, but it failed. And that's why this is why I don't trade breakouts like this, because normally they pop up and then they fail. If I do trade them and they start popping, I just do a tight stop and see if I can get a run. I just don't trade breakouts. But that's what you want to look for, is the delta climbing and big positive volume higher than the rest of it. Um, and you can look at a delta chart. Let's take a look at that one delta right there on that chart. That was real high delta. All that delta right there was all this whole area right here was where all that positive 1380 delta was. And you would think that once we cross that area right here, we get a nice little pop, and we did. But then the sellers took control, and it was being delta neutral up in here because it was gray, and then it just sold off. So then you had some absorption right up in there. Where was it? Big positive delta, 734. The volume was 4,700. That was looking good. And all of a sudden, it was, when you see this right here, this is very, very important. When you see a nice green candle, 734 positive delta, 4,700 volume, that looks like it's going to go. And then all of a sudden, they, if the delta is not climbing, we're not breaking that, and we're just sitting there, and the delta is just neutral, 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 maybe negative 50, negative 100, and then comes right back up, and it just keeps, and it's not able to break. And the volume is picking up, 3,300 volume. The volume is picking up, and we're not able to break, and the delta is not climbing. Yeah, you just got to cut the trade. I personally would not take that volume balance just because it's 12 o'clock. But that's just me. I just don't do stuff like that. Negative 200 delta, 2,000 volume. We close right at it. It's like an inside bar. I just don't take trades like that. I mean, we're breaking the highs. I mean, what's the overnight high is 72.11. We're pretty close to it. So if you look at this at a 5 minute, if you look at this at a 5 minute, we had a run up and we had a nice little auction area right up in here. Okay. Because we had a nice little run up and then they started auctioning around. Just basic consolidation. What you want to look for, I mean, some people look at the bottoms here and see, it's starting to move up, but I don't do that. You look at the volume down here, you got 1,700 positive delta and about 14,000 volume. Okay, that's higher than this right here, but not like this. But look at the 1,700 delta, positive 1,700 delta, bigger than all of this right here. You had that 2,600 positive right there. This looked like it was getting ready to break this area. It did. They got absorbed and they got smacked down. So that is what you want to look for is the delta climbing. Positive 384, 187, 413, positive 285, and then all of a sudden you got 1782 delta right there. And most of the volume was right here up towards the top. And then we just kind of popped and then they just kind of got fizzled out. But that's what you want to look for is you have to have the delta surging and the delta climb. You have to have the delta climbing and big. You got to have the volume bigger than the rest of it. If you have high volume and the delta is basically neutral or kind of like 200, 400, it's like, yeah, whatever. But that 1700, I would look at it and be like, oh, wow, we're going to keep running. Oh, well, we had a little pullback and then we're slowly trickling up. Um, Also, you have to think about where you're at. You're up here at the highs, at the overnight highs. The chances of it keep moving like that is kind of low. If you're way down here, if you're down in this area right here, yeah, that's a little bit better for maybe a ghost sign. Okay. But when you're up here at the highs, trying to keep buying highs, breaking highs and keep buying them, that's a little hard to do. I have done it, and you probably saw me on stream do it about a couple weeks ago when I was doing it, or about a month ago. I'm not sure, but yeah, I was buying the highs, and I was telling people, "Yep, I'm buying the highs. I ain't shorting this thing." It just kept going. Why? Well, because all freaking day, man, it was just breaking it. All morning, it was breaking it. Also, look where we're at. We broke yesterday's highs. We broke the day before that. The 27th is right here, and we're right here at this volume area. I mean, they're propping this thing up and they're running this thing straight up to new highs. But I mean, trying to buy this, no, I wouldn't be buying that. To be quite honest, you want to buy down in this area on stuff like that on the consolidations. When you're down in areas like this, and let's say the 1 minute is looking like this, and it's consolidating, okay, up in this area, yeah, you want to do that because you're looking for a run up to here. Stuff like that is fine. when you're trying to break the house right here, you gotta look at 930 right up in here. See, look at all this right here, the sell. That's selling right there. Sell and balance area. 4 times more sellers than buyers. Gotta look at it long term. I mean, that was like 9 o'clock in the morning. That was pre-market, but it's still an area you got to look at. It's still an area you must look at. And people that are trying to short this market, you got the moving average on a 5 minute that is just sloping upwards. You've got to understand that they ran this market up and they've been running this market up. So if you're trying to short here and try to get a big, huge move and try to get yourself in a massive 80.1 on the ES, I mean, could it happen? Yeah. But as a new trader, if you are above this VWAP and that New York session VWAP is sloping upwards, don't be taking those shorts. Are you going to miss trades? Yes. But that is counter trend trading. As counter trend trading, that's hard to do. The only reason that you would probably want to try and short this market, and look at all these buyers you got down here. Okay, you got buyers right here starting at like 71, 198 area. But okay, if you want to try and short it, which is going to be difficult to do, but you want to see the big 343 negative delta. We closed below the moving average that's starting to slope downwards. We have 112 positive delta, and we basically, this bar right here has an inside bar. So if you try to short and you get in on the break of this and you come down here and you see all this negative delta, you see how big that negative delta was? You see all that big negative delta? That 342 negative delta was all right here at the bottom. And when you start losing that and you start coming back up, you need to just cut the trade for a break even. Most people ain't that disciplined though. Most people ain't that disciplined. That's like a half a point trade right there. 3/4, half a point trade. That's why if I would have tried to short this market right here, as soon as we got to this area right here, I'd be moving to a break even plus 1 or 2 ticks, probably right here. Because if we're going to flush, we're going to flush, and I want it to go down hard. I don't want it to piss around on me like it's doing now. But that's just my style of trading. I don't like the market to be pissing around. I want it to go. But that's my style of trading. Yeah, big 343 negative delta. And also, Here's another thing. If you're trying to short the highs up here, you know, you close below that moving average right there, that's fine. 343 negative delta, that's fine. Once you start closing this area, you got 342 negative delta. Most of it was right here on that bar right there. That's a delta bar. We're on the delta candle. Actually, if we flip to a volume candle, very low volume down there. And the delta, you see how dark that was? It's kind of hard to see. Okay. That's where most of the negative delta was right here. It wasn't up here. It was not here and it was not here because those bars have light opacity. It was all right here. And then all of a sudden we start coming up into this area and we close right here. You better take your break even or a small loss and just cut the stinking trade. Why take a full stop out up here in this area when it's not needed? That's just ridiculous in my opinion, especially when the market's moving upwards and the volume weight New York VWAP is sloping upwards. You know, maybe you get lucky. Maybe you get lucky. You come in here, maybe you get lucky and get yourself a flush and get yourself a 20 point winner on the ES. Awesome trade. Good. Great job. Okay. Okay. Maybe it didn't work out and you got to a break even. Commissions are cheap, man. Commissions are a heck of a lot cheaper than a stinking full stop out. If you're trying to short the highs. For one thing, I wouldn't be trying to short the highs, to be quite honest. We're in the market environment where you don't be doing that kind of crap. Okay. This is something that's good. I wouldn't get in the trade. It's like 12:30. But this is something that you're looking for. You're looking for the moving average to be sloping upwards, kind of like what it is now. We're at 305 positive delta. You had 50 single order contracts. We closed above it. That's a go sign. In order to break this high, if you want to break this high, you need this delta to be surging from 400 to 500, 600. You need to see that volume start climbing. You need to see this little pissant 2400 volume. You need to see that little pissant volume be twice as much as this right here. This little pissant 2400 ain't gonna do nothing. If you're up here in this area and you're trying to break the highs right here, okay, you need to see that delta be 500. You need to see the volume bars being filled out right here at the very top, not this little tiny crap at the very top. And you need to see the volume increase into at least 4,000, man. Okay, to get a nice little pop. And we didn't get that, so we ain't going nowhere. If you want to try to buy the highs, you do it when the market runs up, has a pullback, okay, and you got the highs. It ran up, it broke the highs, slight pullback, low negative delta, and we closed above it. Then you can just keep going. If you want to try to buy the highs, that's the kind of stuff you want to do, not this little pissant stuff that ain't going nowhere. Why? Because it's 12:30. I want to go get me some tea. That's why. That's why. carrots. All righty, righty, righty. Okay, I got myself some tea going, folks. What? Wait a minute, wait a minute. Hold on, hold on. What we got here? What we got here? We ain't got nothing. It's 12:37. We ain't got nothing, folks. Hey, the good thing is, this cross-platform thing, it's a go sign, man. We can get ourselves a Mac version. We're gonna get a Mac version of the order flow trader, order flow bars. We're gonna have a Mac version, a little Mackie version. Say goodbye to parallels. Say goodbye to parallels. We're gonna have a Mac version of the order flow bars. All I gotta do is just get me a little compliance issues fixed out with Rhythmic, and we'd be good to go. And also, I gotta figure out. Also, I gotta finish this stinking thing. I gotta finish the stinking thing. But we got a Mac version coming, folks. Here, let me show you. I'll show you the Mac version real quick. Where am I at? Oh, open recents, order flow trader. But what? Come, get back here. Get back here. What you freaking doing? Little .NET run, little .NET. You gotta have .NET on Mac, but hey, it's fine. .NET's cross-platform, folks. .NET's cross-platform. There you go. There's the Mac version. There's the Mac version right here. Yep, I stole the little design from I stole it from Ninja Trader. Look at that. Look at that. Orders, excuse my accounts, login messages. Yep. Okay. I just wanted to get it going. But we got some connections right here. We got Rhythmic going on. You go to the Rhythmic test area. Boom. Let me get this in here. Boom. Boom. Connected system. Rhythmic test. We're in the background. So we're on Rhythmic. We are on Rhythmic, folks. We got a Mac version coming. We got order flow bars chart right here. Boom. We got the order flow bars chart right here. I think we just load this up. There you go. There's the Mac version. We got a Mac version coming, folks. We got a Mackie version coming. Okay. Do 2 minute. Boom. You load that. I need to fix that. So when you do drop down, automatically loads the chart. That's a 2 minute version. You got your negative delta. You got your positive volume. This is real delayed. But this is like from years ago. Okay. The test environment, they just kind of give you this piddly ass stuff on the test environment. Then when you do the scroll bar, you do a scroll bar to kind of like scroll out, and then you kind of pan around, do your stuff like that. Okay, do your stuff like that. Right here, we got the delta. I got the delta last night, the delta and the volume, and about 12:30 midnight before I went to bed, I got me the bubbles. Where's my aggregated bubbles? There's my aggregated bubble right there. Boom, happened in that area about 3211. Look, boy, this was years ago. Test environments years ago. Same thing applies. We got a bob volume. Probably got some absorption down in this area right here. Okay, got a little probably got some absorption down in that area. I don't know. I'd have to look at the delta, but hey, we got close above that, and it's a go sign. Boom, probably a stack and balance up in that area. I'm gonna get me some footprint charts working. But yeah, we got a Mac version coming, folks. Cause look at that. That's Mac. That's Mackie right there. We got a Mac version. Okay. Mac traders need some love, okay? Ain't no company out there gave us Mac users any stinking love yet. Except for MotiveWave. But that's written in Java. It's cross-platform. Ain't nobody give us Mac users no stinking love, man. Boom, disconnect. Okay? Boom. And what we're going to have regular charts. We're going to have order flow chart. We're going to have a heat map. We're going to have an order entry. We're going to have a order entry. When you click on the order entry, this is what the order entry looks like for the Mackie version right there. Little Mac version, market buy, limit, sell, break even. You got your market limits, stop limits. Boom. You got your durations, day, good till close. You got your quantities. You got your accounts. This is all dummy data. You got a little message area. Tells you what's going on with your orders. So yeah, I got the order entry thing ain't working yet. I still got to get this working. So yeah, not bad for a little bit of work here. I'm working on it at night. Not bad for a little bit of work, folks. But we will have ourselves a order flow desktop trader, order flow bars desktop trader. If you want to use NinjaTrader, use NinjaTrader. I'm always going to support it. Okay. If you don't want to use NinjaTrader and you want to still use an order flow bar indicator stuff, you don't want to be paying exorbitant prices on these order flow trading platforms, then you got one coming. It'll be for Mac and Windows. And it's gonna be dirt cheap. It's gonna be so cheap that they're gonna have to put me into an insane asylum for selling it so cheap. Uh Okie dokie, folks. It's a 12:45 and we just sitting here doing a nothing. We's a doing nothing. I think what I probably need to do is do what I did yesterday and flip the screens and keep working. What do I need to work on? I need to work on the chart trader, add stop loss, take profit, and offset. Plus, I need to check my email. Got to fix an issue with some stop loss stuff. Uh, yeah. Here, let me switch to to the sim account real quick. Here, let me go to the chart trader real quick. So, don't follow me. This is just me just playing around. Okay, don't follow me. I'm just looking to do stuff. Uh, so okay, that's an order fill to stop loss. You drag it up here. Let's say you do to take profit. You drag it down here. What I need to do is I need to add a tab up here, and I need to know how many contracts are you in. See, right now you're in two contracts right there. So if you do your stop loss up here, boom, you got a stop loss up here, and it's all working right here. Okay, accept working limit, stop market two. The sell quantity is one, but if you do take profit, it will update it to two. Okay. There's a little stuff that I need to add, to be quite honest. I need to add some stuff like like a break even. I need to add a little bar right there that says BE. So when you click on it, it just automatically moves it to a break even. Okay. Just automatically moves it to a break even. That's what I need to do. Plus, I need to have a tab right here where you can click on the tab right here and drag the stop loss down. But if you wanted to drag it down here, then that cancels that and you drag it down there. You want to cancel your order, you just cancel your order. Okay, stop loss, boom. Whoops, stop loss, boom. Okay, this is just the chart trader is working. It's got little quirks that needs to be fixed. Got a little quirks, but hey, it will all be hashed out. Okay, it's just got a little quirkiness going on right now. It's just got a little quirkiness going on. Um, but it is what it is, folks. Boy, oh, that's $287 trade. I was just playing around, so this means nothing. It was on a sim account. But yeah, this is the chart trader. It needs to be worked on. I'll keep working on that. I'm going to work on that now. The next thing I'm going to be doing, the next thing I'm going to be doing, order can not be. Oh yeah, uh, that's on a blown eval. Yeah. Um, talking about Delta, how do you actually pinpoint order flow? Does auction is over? We already went over that. Talking about delta, is it possible to show the delta as percentage? Maybe a toggle show as percentage. Yes, that is possible. A lot of platforms have that. That is very possible. Uh, that's very possible. that can be done. It's actually not that difficult because the logic is already here. Okay, we already got the little color background stuff. That was pretty easy. I actually knocked that out last night. That was actually pretty easy. Adding the percentage, see, let's take a look at the settings here. Let's take a look at our settings here. This settings thing is getting stinking out of control, man. This weekend, I need to sit down and figure out how I want to refactor the settings menu because this thing is starting to get out of control and I need to start managing stuff. Like when you go to Live Pulse, there's some stuff here in Live Pulse that doesn't even apply to Live Pulse. Okay, like bubble mode, like large volume and tick merge matters. The imbalances don't, the levels don't. The VP tick merge that actually matters. This area matters. So yeah, I got to refactor the settings, man. There's just so much work to do in just one of me. Uh, so the settings. Yeah, I mean, the percentage is not very difficult at all because I already have the data. It's just a matter of putting in a little function that says, well, get me the percentage instead of get the delta, just give me a percentage. And you'll have 3 rows right here. You'll have delta, the percentage, and the volume. I can add it pretty easily. I can add that pretty easily. The thing is, I'm gonna have to add in here a section for uh, because some people are not gonna wanna see the delta percentage, some people ain't gonna wanna see the delta, some people ain't gonna wanna see the volume, you know? So I need to start adding areas in here. And the thing about user interfaces, you really need to sit down and think about how you want to do it and actually wireframe it up. Kind of like building websites. You kind of want to wireframe it up. Wireframe it just means putting little boxes in there, little gray boxes and stuff, and be like, okay, this is how I want to design it. Normally, I just sit down with a piece of paper and do it. Uh, the thing is, I really need to sit here and think about how I want to do the settings because the order flow trading desktop app that's going to be cross-platform, it's going to do everything that the NinjaTrader add-on does. So the settings on the NinjaTrader add-on should look like it's so the settings on the order flow trading platform should look like NinjaTrader settings here for the add-on. No reason to uh, reinvent the wheel. You just use it once in multiple places. That's why doing the order flow trading platform is going to not be difficult because, well, the logic's already on NinjaTrader and it all works. Uh, the hardest part with Rhythmic is over. The hardest part with Rhythmic is over. Getting connected and getting data and being able to put that data into a friggin' candlestick. The hard part's over. Okay, now it's just a matter of compliance issues with Rhythmic in order for me to give it out to people. Conformance evaluations I have to go through. Uh, because when I do it, it's going to be live. When I do it, I wonder if I can do that. Only do paper trading. I wonder if Rhythmic will do that. Because here's the thing I have to go through the conformance issues because if someone can use it, someone might actually have like an Iron Beam account that's connected to Rhythmic and they use the order flow trading platform, trading real money on Iron Beam. So when I do that, there's a lot of conformance and compliance issues I got to go through. But for personal use, you ain't got to do that. Uh, but eventually it will be out to y'all. Yeah. Okay, where's my here, let's go here. This was my rhythmic order flow trader. Rhythmic order flow trader, uh, personal use conformance. I have to conform to all this before I can start paper trading with Bull Knox. Uh, all this is done. The login's done. The heartbeat intervals, market data subscription. I just have to make sure that I conform to all this. The order handling, I haven't even started that. No flood requesting. I don't have that. Stability, no crashes, clean disconnects. I got that done. Proper reconnect logic. I don't have that done yet. But that's for the order flow trading platform. Let me. Uh, where's the rest of this order flow pulse to do? Here's my to do list. User settings show delta is not saving user settings. User show delta. Here, we'll just do this. Handle both. Yeah. Okay, merge level 2 DOM with settings for tick merge. I think I already did that. I need to add button to average price line. Okay, where's my next thing I want to do? Okay, here's my to do. The stuff that's not so important is down at the bottom. Like free drawing tools for order flow pulse needs to be set for the time axis. If I draw freehand on the chart, it should stay at the timeline where I drew it. That ain't very important, folks. Uh, in software development, you gotta do the big things first. This is chart. Okay, an easy win would be delta. Let's see, add delta percentage. Add delta percentage to bottom below delta. Okay, so we'll do that. We'll just do that. Okay, and then we'll come over here. Let's see, the chart trader, let's see, add stop loss, take profit, add stop loss, take profit, uh, and a break even plus offset. And we need to come up here, create user settings, create user settings for trader. How do I want to name that little? How do I want to name it? Do I want to name it chart trader? Because chart trader and hotkeys are a little bit different. Uh, trade orders? Like what section should I call this? Trades? Just call it trades. Yeah, just call it trades. Make it simple for right now. You can always rename it. Let's call it trades. All right. So to add delta percentage to bottom below delta, I could probably add that when I get off the screen pretty shortly. I can add that. That'll be easy. That'll be easy. Create user setting trades area, and then do chart trader add stop loss take profit. This is going to be. I have to. I have to think through the logic of this. What is because I have a C sharp class that does all the order execution. So what I'm going to have to do is a stop loss. So, hmm. So when you execute a trade, like let's say I come in here, chart trader, I'm on Sim 101. So when you execute a trade, you can manually do your stop loss up here. You can manually do your stop loss, or you can come down here and do that. You can come down here, take your profit. You can do that. You can move your stop up here, cancel that. You can do whatever. Then you hit there and cancel the trade. Yeah, that's all fine. Okay, there needs to be a button. Oh, who's that? My mom? We, oh, uh, chart trader, add stop loss, take profit, break even plus offset. Um, add stop loss, take profit. Chart trader, add option checkbox. So in the settings, when you go to so in the settings, when you go to trades, you're going to have to click it on, kind of like show volume, profile, not show it. When you click that, it's going to enable just a simple stop loss, take profit, break even offset thing. When you enable that, it's going to default. Yeah, I want to have to think about this. And then when an order gets executed, it's going to have to check in your JSON. It's going to have to check it. Oh man. All right. Yeah, this is all right. I'm thinking through this because the chart trader, the trading thing, when you enable this and you set it to like, let's say 10, 10, 10 points, 10 points stop loss, every time you click a button like this, every time you click the long button, I do not want the code to sit there and check the JSON every single stinking time. I don't want to do that. So it needs to be loaded up in memory. So it needs to be loaded up in memory. So when it's loaded up in memory, it reads and then it loads it up in memory. Okay. All right. Uh, yeah, the delta percentage is actually very useful because anything over 10% is usually a pretty good delta. Uh, is a pretty good delta. Just a thought because I'm doing the calculation in my head to analyze delta versus volume. Yeah, it really is. Um, yeah, let me add that because that actually is a pretty good. That will actually help out. That will actually help out on trades like this. Okay, it will help out on trades when you're green. You got some good delta. Then you got a negative 98 delta, but we close above right here. How much volume is in that 98 delta and the percentage of it? That's actually a pretty good thing to have, and you really do need it. And I did use it before. Uh, uh, add delta percentage to volume below delta. Okay. Yeah, I think I can get that done. I can get that done pretty good. I might be able to get that. I might. I'll be able to get that done today and have it up here tomorrow. Now, all this update You'll be able to update Sunday. I need to be able to test this stuff and be able to make sure it's all gonna work. Maybe I can send out a release tonight and get people to use it and make sure it works and everything on Friday. Because Fridays are usually like a blah day. Uh, and make sure the installs. Yeah, I can get that done. Uh, uh, yeah, okay. Yeah, let me get that done. I think what I'm going to do is just go ahead and cut the stream, and I'm going to start working on this stuff so I can get this going. I'm not going to stream all day like I normally do. I need to get my butt working writing code. Uh, so I'm going to go ahead and cut the stream, and I will be at it at 9:15 tomorrow. So I'm just going to go ahead and cut the stream, and we'll be back at it tomorrow. Tomorrow, what is happening tomorrow? Financial Juice ain't updating their friggin' stuff, man. You know. All right. Okay. All right. I'm gonna go ahead and cut the stream because I gotta get to writing some code. I will be right back tomorrow at 9:15. I'll talk to you later.